I once, I was about to say, I'm sure that's the thing. I once got linked to a subreddit called TOTM. Oh, no, TTOTM. That's the full term. And I went, like, all the comments in this link were like, oh my god, I can't believe I clicked that. That is horrifying. That is the worst shit I've ever seen. And I went, how bad can it be? And I clicked on it, and was rapidly aware of what that stood for, which was that time of the month. And it was people with, like, period fetishes. Just, like, fucking and drinking and just doing all sorts with it. And I was very upset. So my innocence was lost pretty quickly with all that stuff. I hear the sun looks red sometimes because you're viewing it through all the space, period. I guess you could eject it into space, but it would instantly freeze into a sort of cursed icicle. Concealed statue. We have Mr. Bin, by the way. If you missed last stream, we found Mr. Bin. And I equipped some more stuff. I gave this guy a stupid visor, so I don't have to look at his face. TOTM, top of the morning? How offensive. Let me go there and tell them that. Oh no. It looks like this container was deliberately tossed here. The control circuit looks important. Ooh, a control circuit. Oh no. It must be, I mean, in all seriousness, it must be really fucking annoying to have your period in space. It must be annoying to do anything in space. Everything looks irritating in space. But a period would be particularly bad. Because, like, depending on, like, the flow level, like, I mean, I'm sure it's not like turning on a fucking tap, but, like, it's probably not great. It'll probably get places. Because I've seen, like, people sneeze in space on the ISS, and it looks gross as fuck, and it just hangs there. You must have to get, like, pretty wrapped up. There's only so much ice cream in space. Hello, friends. You okay? Everybody oh no, they're angry. I thought they were friends for a second. But what about cum? Again, genuinely, I think the simplest way to dispose of all of this would be to eat it. I guarantee you a man has wanked in space and said it's totally fine. It can be like turning on a tap on high and then shutting it off after a second. Oh, God. Like a power washer that's just about to run out of water. I guarantee you a man has wanked in space. I'm sure there probably is. They probably do it into the toilet, into the vacuum toilet. There were software developers who would use the term CBT for closed beta testing, not realizing that CBT already stood for something else, and they'd blab on about how important CBT was. I constantly get confused between cognitive behavioral therapy and cock and ball torture. It made looking for therapists difficult. Precisely. Right, stun the droid. Kill all the droids, please. Everybody just do your own thing. These droids aren't properly hard or anything. Just kill him. I mean, there's another one over there. Can you stun this one too? Can you, like, auto-attack? Please. Thank you. Quote 1420. It's a famous image. Sandy cheeks, cockvor. It's everywhere. I saw a sequel to that recently. At least I assume it was an intentional homage. I was looking up, for personal reasons, I was looking up Winnie the Pooh on Rule 34. And I saw an image of Winnie the Pooh sucking up jars of honey through his urethra. And I went, oh, it's like, it's even in the same pose. It's like, it must be a reference. Which proves it's famous, so I am right. I wanted to see if because we were talking about it on the stream at one point, I wanted to see if I could find an image of Winnie the Pooh, like stuck in a knot of a tree going, oh no, I've eaten too much honey, no step piglet, I'm stuck, or something like that. And the answer was yes, but it wasn't shareable. I was hoping for something more ironic. No, it was just straight up pornography. Throw a grenade, whatever. There we go. I'll just let them... Fuck it, I'll just walk through a grenade. It doesn't matter. I have plenty of health, I can heal. The sentence for personal reasons, looking up Winnie the Pooh Rule 34 isn't the vindication you thought it sounded like. It was for a joke. Again, I would say 99.9% of the pornography I've looked up is for jokes and japes. Sort of like, at least semi-ironic. I think that's the best kind of pornography. Just sort of like, this was made and nobody could possibly think it's actually attractive, but I can send it either cropped or censored to friends of mine and make them upset. That's what I look for. It's great. It's probably very annoying to know me. I mean, the things I've sent to Emma on WhatsApp. I was told recently that Emma auto-deletes a lot of the images that I send her on WhatsApp. And I was like, oh, but then I understood why. Couldn't get by without it. Alright, let's go through here, because otherwise that thing's gonna fire at me. Can I go through this door? I can. Hello. I'm actually... My demolitions is high enough. It's higher than it ever was in the previous game. I can actually collect mines now. That might be useful. Sorry I'm late. For personal reasons, I was looking up Winnie the Pooh Rule 34. You understand. It's like calling in sick. Oh, there's two of them. And is that a body? Oh. Let's stun this droid. And then just beat the shit out of it, probably. It'll probably be fine. Nothing's been particularly difficult so far in the game. Now, I imagine we'll rank up fairly quick, but so far it's been a fairly easy time. I mean, I imagine if you did call into work and say, sorry, I was looking up Winnie the Pooh pornography, they would probably not want you to come in, so you might get some time off. Like the horrific E.T. porn. Nobody could ever find that sexy, but somewhere out there. Again, I've seen that. I believe I watched a YouTube video essay on it back in the day. Everybody's seen that one. I mean, that one can't even be like, oh, this is like deep in the internet. That one was everywhere. The 70s, no, it wouldn't have been 70s, 80s, I guess, late 80s. E.T. German porn film, where for some reason E.T. is getting fucked by Victorian men. That was weird. It's just very strange. Guy was downloading cut clit porn on his laptop here and got let go. Woke culture. Oh! What, like paper cuts? Like, oh god! That is actually... That is the sort of thing that can invert your genitals to hear, just even said out loud. That is horrendous. Like just getting a piece of A4 white paper and going... Containment field. Can I turn this down? Fuel line below. There seems to be no way to open it. Well, where do I go then? Probably the Computron. But no, the E.T. porn was everywhere. Like... It's because of how bad the suit was, it became a meme back when I was a kid. I feel like you couldn't escape that in like 2010, right? The E.T. pornography. Because the suit was so horrifying. Like, Jesus. Sorry, I'm a bit cummed out today. I've been checking into cartoon porn for the past 24 hours. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. 1 second. What? That kind of implies you're working at the cum factory. Up, boys! Ah! Mozilla Firefox. Here we go. E.T. German porn? Can I find one that is very safe for work? Oh god, none of them. Fuck me. Okay, here's one that's safe for work. Oh god, that is E.T.'s aliasy on full display. They also made E.T. a woman. Oh, this is a GIF. Where does this end? I've clicked on a GIF. Do you show vagina at any point? Or is this safe to show on stream? This is safe to show on stream. Is it? Yeah, it's safe. Okay. We just want to see the game. Please. This is the famous one. Everybody's seen this, where for some reason E.T. has weird breasts and lands in Victorian-era Germany, and they sort of teach E.T. to have sex. I don't get it. I don't know why that was the plot. No, it's TOS. Stop it. I've decided. What is this? It was very famous. Again, I feel like if you were on YouTube or Reddit or Twitter in this era, you couldn't escape this sort of thing.
Christ.
Extra tit fuckable. I stand with Silas. Everyone has seen this, apparently. E.T. German porn. When did this come out? Full porn movie. The Cinema Snob did an episode on it in 2010. That's probably what I saw. A German pornography with Brazilian Portuguese subtitles with English subtitles layered on top. Amazing. There's a sequel? Right, close that forever. Let's try and forget it. Poor Emma, if she ever sees your search history. My search history is ruined. I'm older than you and neither of us have seen it. Bet you don't even delete your history, you monster. No, not really. No, I don't. Okay, I feel like if somebody sees it, they'd go, nobody could possibly actually be into this search history. It must be for jokes. Shut down emergency field, please. No custom charges detected. Absolutely fine. Makes the extended finger they do even more exciting. What does it suggest? It is weird, because isn't E.T. a kid? Isn't E.T. in the movie a child? I just get Mr. Bean's sex jackass all the time now. I'm sure there's Mr. Bean Rule 34, but that one might be a step too far even for me. It's all part of their quest to break targeted ad algorithms. All of my targeted ads on, like, Amazon and stuff are still just, like, fucking thigh-high socks and cat ears. Like, I think that those purchases really just nailed in Amazon's idea of me. All the E.T. pornography in the world won't scrub that.
More where that came from. Everyone down.
Well, these are easy. These aren't even a problem. I guess they are just mining bots. Yippee! Can we please get to the fucking Ebon Hawk now? We've been on the space station for about 9 years. Some remains. Arcanian energy shield. Is that useful? We're past the thing. Good, finally. This is what we couldn't get past for about a month. Game has gotten prohibitively loud. I can turn it down. I feel like Windows updated again, and since then, my desktop audio has increased in volume again. Because sometimes that just happens. I feel like every time Windows updates, it completely shifts every volume sensor. And so I have to keep adjusting my desktop audio on OBS to match it. Or I can just go sound effects a little bit down. Maybe music a tiny bit down. I'll keep the voiceover up a bit. Maybe a bit better. Fuel control station, please. Call up system log, I guess? Within the past day, a series of explosions within the Paragus mining facility has enacted an emergency lockdown. Someone has sliced into the fuel depot computers and created a phantom fuel leak, sealing off the area with force fields to contain the blast. It looks as if someone has been using the lockdown to systematically isolate sections of the facility. Due to rogue updates I've put on my headphones some days and almost ended up like that guy in Scanners. Access remote cameras. Do I need to? Access remote cameras. Entrance to droid maintenance area. That's where we are. Maintenance level. That's where we just were. Fuel line sensors. That's where we just were. I think we're fine. I think we're all good. We probably could have gotten through here a different way. Oh no, Jay's looking up Mr. Bean Rule 34. Just sort of probably just like frustrated and dry humping his teddy, I imagine, is what he would be doing. Although no, he has a girlfriend, doesn't he? Doesn't Mr. Bean, at least in the cartoon, doesn't he have a girlfriend like that he lives with? Yes, I blame stream. Mr. Bean missed my bean. Don't like that. Okay. Fuel depot, Ebon Hawk. Oh, thank God, we're nearly there. It kinda works. Sort of. I guess if you were asking somebody to ejaculate on your vagina, you would probably could put it like that if you were a psychopath. Missed my beam. Horrible stuff. I need a mind wipe like one of the droids. Oh God, it's a flamethrower. Why didn't you stun? Kill him. Oh, that's not a lot of damage that stun did. I would like you to do some flurries, please. It's an on-off girlfriend. I remember one where she leaves him. I mean, I would leave Mr. I was about to say, oh, poor Mr. Bean. I would leave Mr. Bean in a heartbeat. He's really fucking annoying. I hate Mr. Bean and think he should be alone. Although, can you imagine, like, the Mr. Bean incel air? He'd probably try and set a bomb in a school and fucking blow off his own fingers. Oh, it'd be horrible. That's the new gritty reboot of Mr. Bean I'm making. Mr. Bean Nights. I barely remember the show, to be honest. I remember not liking it. But, and I remember thinking that there was like 200 episodes of it, but there isn't. We've talked about that before. That, there's only like 10 episodes of Mr. Bean that just got repeated over and over.
This door's magnetically sealed. I can't believe this. The ship's right out there.
We can't get to it earlier.
It.
Why have we just been walking in circles this entire space base? Bean carrying his teddy with a little sign that says England's full. He did explode a paint can, so he has the urges/skills. Rowan IRL. Rowan Atkinson, if you don't know, is a monstrous prick. Rowan Atkinson is like a Brexiteer, Little Englander. I think possibly tax dodge like Gary Barlow, but he's like a anti-woke culture, like cancel culture has gone too far. I'm too edgy for the modern comedy scene. That's why people don't like my shit. It's not because they're sick of my shtick. It's because I'm too edgy with my Mr. Bean and Johnny English antics. They're too old-fashioned for today's woke crowds. Teddy. What? The console?
Huh? What is that piece of junk saying?
Do you not even speak bot? Nerd. He said that he can open the door to the hangar. He just needs to access the hangar terminal up on the platform. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Bin.
How can you even understand that noise?
Wow, you are a space racist. Genuinely. How can you even understand that? He's got one of those bot accents. All those oldies will be dead soon. I served with a lot of utility droids in the, well, many years ago. Bot pornography. I'll explain them someday when we're not being chased by 100 more... Whatever, I'll just pick the first
All right,
one.
well, if he can slice the door open from the terminal above, don't let me stop him.
When we're not being chased by 100 Phyrexian death hounds! Right, let's go up and plug ourselves into the terminal, please. Yeah, we were right here earlier. Fish and chips, por favor. Bleeps, bloops, wee. Right, do I have to select you and then select the console, or what? Yeah, there we go. Access bay hangar layout? No. Access emergency control commands. Do that one. Run diagnostics of damaged systems. Though the subsystems have been rerouted, it looks as though the only remaining part is the hangar control power conduit. Check the status. Open the blast door. Replace hangar power conduit. We found that in the shed or whatever. Yippee! Lovely. Rowan Atkinson. I don't even get that joke. Now you have free access to the hangar. Thank you. Me, when I started to make a really vile joke. Free access to the hangar, you can piece it together in your head. More droids, fantastic. We're just gonna beat our way through another 8,000 or 9,000 meaningless droids, and then we'll be done. Yippee! The guy is called Atom in-game. Oh, I've forgotten his name already. Because I can guarantee this is the new Karth. As soon as we get any replacement, he's gone forever and never in our party again. Who are you? You've got like Leia hair, but robot mode. Ooh, why did my hands glow purple there? That was kind of impressive. I like that. Keep on just I dinged! It's going so well. We're so good at this game. Oh, they've pissed off to fight. Okay, you fight all those robots. I'm gonna chill out over here and fight this box. I'm sure you'll be okay. Yeah, they were. Fantastic. Broken item and ion cells. I imagine the broken items are just like junk to sell because we bashed open the thing. Oh, there's more. You didn't even kill them all? What's wrong with you freaks? Oh god, I've been scorched. Come on, kill him. Anyone gonna help? Why am I the only one who does any damage? You all suck. Are we nearly there? We must be nearly there. The game is edging us really, really powerfully. Like, we have just been seeing this Ebon Hawk for like 8 hours of gameplay by now. Just on cameras and just out of sight and just behind some force fields.
Time to even the odds.
We're nearly there. Just walk through. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh god, what am I doing? Right. I would like you to heal yourself in a second. I thought we had more health than we actually did there. Right, I need to get up. Give me maybe some healing. Left click on the mouse to activate a friendly force power selected in the first icon. Some force powers affect only the Jedi using them, others affect the entire party. That was not a lot of health. Oh no, they nerfed my health kit. That's really bad. Because that was really important to my gameplay last time. Oh, fuck. Maybe this can come to us. Hang on. Heal up. Heal up. I'm clicking the heal. Heal, you fucking idiot. There. Now run. Now, everybody, be fine. 8 hours of you talking and going on 4 tangents. I've also been killing while talking. I've been quite good at multitasking so far in this one. Where, you know, because Emma is constantly yelling at me for that. Whenever we play a game together, even if it's not on stream, if we are talking, instead of just like keeping on going and like, you know, like going down this corridor and taking out these bombs and clearing out these pricks at the bottom, I will just walk in circles like this for upwards of 5 minutes while we're talking, and she'll go, "What are you fucking doing? That's so annoying." So I can only imagine how it is on the stream. Right, take out these bombs. Take out this bomb. You often stop and stand still, yes. Or that. Look, I would say I am okay at multitasking. Not amazing, but okay at multitasking. But sometimes you just want to put your full concentration on a conversation. If something's important, like talking about Winnie the Pooh getting stuck in the knot of a tree, for instance, and having to ask Piglet to help him out, and then Piglet going, "Oh, I noticed that you're not wearing any trousers." And then it cuts to Winnie the Pooh's face going, "Oh, bother." That's important to, like, fully put your brain on so you can work out the details. The multitasking genius. I'm so hurt. Heal me. Christ, my mana's bad. Was it always this bad? Like in the first game, did it start out this shit? Important conversations like ET porn. Decontamination console. Oh, God. Okay, log out. I want you to use your robot powers on this, Mr. Bin. Because you have good robot powers. Reroute the main console system. Bypassing routine control functions. Open the chamber. And 5 spikes to shut down the gas. Cum is very important. The entire chat exists because of cum. Can you make a... I was about to say the world's stupidest thing. Can you make a baby without cum? I don't think so. I know that they've combined cums into sort of like a double or even triple cum recently. They found a way, like if somebody's in a throuple, but you know, obviously in the old world, back in the old-fashioned times, you could only have one cum go into one ego, and then that would be a baby, and then the third person in the relationship would be like, no. Really the only way of doing it would be to like firing squad it, I guess. You know how the idea of a firing squad, if you didn't know, is that only one of the guns has bullets in it? Or has, like, there's 5 guns, one of them has a real bullet, the other have blanks. So the people doing the execution, none of them are sure if they were the one that actually killed him. or if they were the one with the blank and it's meant to like ease their conscience. Like there's deniability there. We weren't the ones who did it. Or if you're a psychopath, I'm the one who killed him, even if you didn't. So you could do that, but with a vagina, and sort of just like all go at once, and then it's like, who knows which one reached? But I think recently they were able to fertilize an egg with more than one spermo. And so they were like, this is good for that, I guess. I think you need more than two in a coupling, so there's redundancy. Recumbency. The screaming won't drown them out. Oh good, I've arrived to cum chat. We're talking people only, or animals as well, because there's been frogs and fish that develop pregnancy without males around. There was an eagle recently that had a virgin birth, wasn't there? There was a bald eagle or something that had a virgin birth. And everybody was like, I didn't know they could do that. Which is so cool. That's really interesting and fun. Right, shut down the decam system, fine. Get the gas out, it'll be fine. Log out. Yippee! Good stuff. Is this openable now? Nope, still locked. I didn't open it, apparently. I thought I did. Open decom chamber. Spermo. I'm trying to make it light-hearted, because I recognize people are off-put by some of these conversations. So I'm making it light-hearted by going spermo. I will level up as well, because why not? I'm starting to die a little bit. Recommended. Keep going. Awareness, demolitions, and treat injury. That'll be fine. Feats. More little feats. More little feats. Little feats. What do I want for little feats? Force jump. Gimme! I guess improved two-weapon fighting, because we are using two weapons now. So why not? Force power. I would like a more better heal. That's not helping. A spermie. See, I find that way more unpleasant. Like, if somebody talked about, like, a horde of sperm, I would be fine. If somebody said little spermies, I'd be sick. So spermo is a nice middle ground. I don't know, stun. Can I get an improved stun? I can get disable droid. That one's really good. I would like disable droid. And then accept. That's improved now. This channel needs a mascot. Spermo. There's news I didn't read yet, so we'll be misreading headlines, but the Y chromosome is on the way out, and there's talk of a new sex gene. New ones? The, would it wrap back around like the generations? Like it's Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and then Gen Alpha? Is it going to be like the A chromosome? That would be cool. Inject me with like 15 more chromosomes, please. Let's just see what happens. Smash cut to me in a home, vacantly staring out a window. Let's bash through this, shall we? Sex gene is a strong first name. The goblin chromosome. The human X chromosome is degenerating and may disappear in a few million years, leading to our extinction unless we evolve a new sex gene. Oh, a million years. Fine science. We can tell you exactly what will happen without needing to experiment. This isn't working, by the way. Do a mine. Christ. Run! It's gonna go off. Run! Oh, that kind of worked. That is not as much range as I thought it was. We're all going into basements yelling about culture and holding pitchforks. Neural band, insulated gloves, and a repair kit. Oh, I did put on some glovos. But my armor kind of sucks. Nothing was important that I did off camera. The armor is all bad still. I think I might have put some, like, mesh on my miner's outfit, but my outfit sucks as well. It's the Ebon Hawk! We're finally here! Oh, yippee! Let's quick save. Just in case it crashes. Although this game has been remarkably stable. Much more stable than the previous one. Those little spider friends are going to try and hurt me. It makes me sad, because they look a little bit like spider crabs, and spiders and crabs are quite cute. Again, I think I mentioned it yesterday. Yesterday, or was the day before yesterday it happened. Emma was sitting on the couch and we were watching a movie, and a spider, you know, one of the thick boys, a thick boy, with spindly little legs about that size landed on Emma's shoulder and was just kind of crawling along her. And then Emma noticed, and they both freaked out. The spider went like, "Rah!" And Emma went, "Ah!" And I laughed and went, "Oh!" And then the spider, like, twirled around and, like, ran up onto the pillow and was like, "Ah!" That was very... And I found it very, very cute. Emma did not. Emma found none of it cute or endearing, especially me going, "Oh." But I found it adorable. I used to hate spiders. I used to find them spooky. But now I think they're quite goofy and sweet. I think they're just little goofs. I mean, they're so angry. And they will wave their little arms at you as if that's intimidating when we're like 10,000 times their size. Also, apparently a lot of them are like half blind. They don't know what the fuck's going on. I imagine that spider only realized that he was on Emma like at the very last second and was like, "Ah, fuck." They're just little guys, exactly. Except if they're not little and they're like huntsman spiders, but I'd also be chilled out with them. I've heard huntsman spiders, at least where they are. I think are they only in Australia? They're probably in America as well. Those are the two places that have big old spiders, right? It's like the southern US and then Australia. I think huntsman spiders are meant to be pretty chill. They just like eat flies and centipedes and stuff. Huntsmen are so timid. Yeah, they're terrified of everything. I don't know if there's any like genuinely like angry spiders, like spiders that'll fucking go for you. I think you have to like really piss off a spider for it to not run away or just freak out when it sees you and go and dance at you. Like I think most like tarantulas. A lot of people are terrified of tarantulas. I didn't know how fragile tarantulas were until I read about them on Wikipedia. Apparently if you poke a tarantula's belly too hard, it just explodes. Like, they're really shit. Like, they're really... They sometimes land on a pebble too hard and die. Like, they're really bad. I had a black widow charge me. She knew her power. The only time I've ever had a spider charge at me, which is very funny, was when I was moving into this house and I had to paint all the walls and, you know, relay the floors and stuff like that. I was here alone. And I was painting the upstairs, which is technically like a loft or an attic or whatever you want to call it. And it was covered in spiders. There was hundreds and thousands of spiders in this house when I moved in that I had to like gradually scooch out. And that is what cured me of my fear of spiders, by the way. I was interacting with them. But most of them were just like cellar spiders, which are like very thin and spindly. They're only about, you know, that size. They're very small. But I just like brushed gently a spider off the wall, one of these cellar spiders, and it like skittered around on the floor, and I was painting because I was like, "I'm painting, you need to move," and eventually I just scooched it off, and it got really mad at me, and it ran up to my leg because I was kneeling, because it's a small room. I was kneeling and with a roller against the wall, and the spider ran up to my knee and started doing this, like on its back legs, like waving its front legs at me. And I was like, "What are you doing, you moron?" And I like blew on it so it like skittered back across the room. And it did that 2 more times. And I was like, "You are such a fucking idiot. I'm so big. I am so much bigger than you, and you are so tiny. What is wrong with you? You are either very brave or very stupid." And eventually I just scooped it 1 more time and it just went off into a cupboard or whatever, and it was fine. But that tiny little guy was why I'm not frightened of spiders anymore, because I was like, "What a stupid nerd." You are not gonna do anything here, but you think you are. Precious brave baby. It's funny when I've seen huntsmen, because they freeze as if to pretend they're not there, camouflage, but they're a giant spider on a white wall, and it's like, "Oh, good try." Aw, poor babies. They're like the size of a plate, aren't they? They're huge. This is the loading ramp to the Ebonhawk. Once aboard, you'll be leaving the mining facility for good. Good. I'm sick of it. I mean, I guess we could rescue... No, she's dead already. She's force ghosted. I'm sure she's not actually dead. Blindo the Jedi, who died from Moisturizer Man stabbing her in the belly or whatever. In the shittest fight since episode 4. She'll probably appear in like 5 minutes as a ghost going, "Ooh, I'm dead," but not really, because story. Enter the Ebonhawk, please. Are my Gizka still on here? My little nubbin
Quick,
friends?
we're gonna need some time to fire up the engines. Let's give the laser turret a workout.
For what? We've killed everything. What could we fight? We've killed everything. There's nothing alive here. What are you talking about? We killed everything. Were we supposed to run through there and not kill things? Oh, what? Who the fuck are you? Oh, you're sick boys. Are you sick boys? Or are you droids? Oh my god, I can't believe how much easier it is to control this than it was in the previous game. The previous game, this was a fucking nightmare and I hated it. Oh, there's quite a lot of them, isn't there, actually? Hang on, to kill these boys. Okay, I'm still bad at leading shots, apparently. Come on. I could still do with a little bit more mouse sensitivity. Or some mouse acceleration, maybe, is what I want. Because it's quite one-to-one. Which is fine, I guess. Oh my god, how many of them are there? There's like 100 of them. Fuck me. Where did all you pricks come from? What are you doing here? Go home. Okay, you're behind a box. I'll leave you for like... Where'd the other fuckers go? I have no idea. Did they just despawn? Well, I suppose, why are you poisoned now?
Company.
We good? We've got company. The Sith have boarded the ship. Did I fail? Are those gimp suits? Prepare to repel the boarders. Okay. I'm repelling the boarders, apparently. It's like a British cop on... two Sith assault troops are in. It's like a British cop on the coast. Stun. And then just critical strike them. Oh, my boys are here. We're fine. There's only 2 of them got aboard.
More where that came from.
1 Sith assault trooper remains. Thanks. That was pretty easy. Can we... All Sith assault troopers defeated. Was that... Did I do an okay job? And so only those 2 got on.
All right, let's get out of here.
Dancing Queen. Dance for Voga. What? Hang on. What did that... I just got an achievement called Dance for Voga. Dancing Queen. I don't think I danced. Also, you're still here? They just chopped off your head. We saw you dissolve, didn't we? I might be misremembering, but I thought we saw you like Obi-Wan Kenobi dissolve into a brown burlap sack. I thought... Did they just chop off your hand? Another classic fucking... This series thing is to yeet hands. Dreya, your hand! What happened?
There is no time. We must leave.
Fine. That was an awkward cut. Love it. Where did all these fuckers come from? Fine. Cool. Good stuff. We did not see a single Sith up until right that second. I'm surprised there's no foot-wielding Jedi. General Grievous has lots of hands, doesn't he? I'm surprised. Some of them are probably actually feet. And he just scuttles around like a little insect.
Dead, but if they keep missing us, we're dead. It's great odds.
What are you saying? Oh, the only one of us who's allowed to talk is Mr. Beakman.
Somebody shut that trash compactor up.
Absolute racist scum. Get off my fucking ship. I'll fly. Seriously. Fuck you. Right, can we jump to hyperspace?
Not with all these asteroids around us. We'd enter hyperspace in pieces. We have to clear that field first. Thing is, we clear the field and they're gonna have a clear shot at us.
I don't know. Fire on the asteroids, maybe the explosion will destroy them?
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
Someone might still be alive in the facility. They aren't. We know that. Nobody is alive in that facility. There's got to be another way. Keep evading them until we clear the field. There's no... We went through that entire facility about 8 fucking times in that looping nightmare of an intro. There is nobody else on there. We have seen everyone's dead.
Hold on. This is gonna get a little rocky.
I got another achievement. I think I heard a 20 Tatooine. Fucking hell. That's really disgusting. Cutscene. I don't have to describe the cutscenes anymore. It's so pleasant. I can just watch and enjoy this. That was easy. I probably killed some Sith. They're not really people. I better not have gained dark side points, I swear to God.
Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on.
It was an
Because
asteroid.
between
Stop being
assassin
fucking
droids,
dramatic.
a
It wasn't
Sith
a
Lord
planet.
that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was
I don't
the
even get to see
Harbinger.
tits anymore.
It was seized
I
on
think we
its
should
way
slit
to
his
Telos
throat
by the Sith,
in front of
who
everybody.
sought you, Jedi.
They sought you, Jedi. Why aren't they seeking you? I'm sure they addressed this, but you are very obviously a Jedi. Maybe you're a Sith, and this is all like betraying. Maybe that's the twist of this game. I didn't know there was a twist in the last game until it happened. Maybe this is the twist in this game, where it's like she's actually Darth Maleficent the Third, and she's like, I was fucking you all along. The Harbinger was on its way to Telos?
Yes, to aid in the recovery effort there. Many roads lead to Telos, including
Darth
ours.
Julie.
Not like we have much of a choice.
I still love how the cutscenes had this authentic 70s, 80s green
It
screen
is where
explosion
we
effect.
must
That's
go,
actually my favourite part
and
of the
where
graphics of
Harbinger
this, I
was
think.
bound
Because the
before our
graphics are
unfortunate
fine for the
encounter
time.
on Paragus.
Nothing incredible, but pretty good. Those explosions are really charming. They're like slightly shit 70s explosions. Darth Gussie. Oh. Is that... Gussie? Is that meant to be like grandmother pussy or something? I can't figure out what Gussie would be. I know that there is a part of a... Isn't it... I think it's an archaic term at this point, but isn't a part of like underwear referred to as the gusset, which is the most unpleasant word for anything? The gusset. Darth Gilf commands you. How did you know I was on board the Harbinger? Care to explain how you tracked me down?
You were difficult to find, but coincidence was on our side. When I learned that you were on the vessel, I knew the Sith would not be far behind. When we intercepted
Yup.
the Harbinger, it was
Gussie's
crippled,
real.
drifting in space. It was a simple matter to board the vessel and rescue you. Unknown to
I
me,
don't trust
however,
her at
the
all.
Sith were already on board. Just as we made the jump to hyperspace, they fired upon us, nearly destroying the Ebon Hawk.
It reminds me of Norman Reedus naming their child Mingus. Mingus is already really bad. Mingus Reedus might be approaching one of the worst celebrity names. And that's saying something. Because we have people like Gwyneth Paltrow naming their children like abstract concept, like Cool Sports Rush. Like, that's really bad. Mingus Reedus. I think it's Germany has like an allowed and disallowed names list. Like you're not allowed to name your child like a series of numbers or Hitler and stuff like that. Maybe that should be standard. Because that poor child is going to have to... I know they're the child of Norman Reedus, so they're going to grow up in luxury anyway because he's relatively famous. Probably exorbitantly wealthy. But they do have to be known as Mingus Reedus, which is a real knock. Their kid named their kitten something like Eyes in the Dark. That's very Hideo Kojima coded. You can tell that he was in that game. How come I don't remember any of this? That's an unusual set of coincidences. I'm going to be suspicious, because I am suspicious of this woman.
True. But as one trained in the Force,
A
you
child
know
in
that
Australia
true
was named
coincidences
Meth
are
as an
rare.
experiment. It was allowed. Oh. Isn't there there's a doctor in America called like Dr. like Pepsi Max or something like that? It's not Pepsi Max, but it's something like that. How did we get to Paragus?
I do not know how the Ebon Hawk was able to make it to Be silent. We're having a
Sounds like
conversation
an adorable
here.
little robin. I love him. Ah! I could just listen to this for hours, genuinely. That might be my favourite thing about Star Wars. The droids in general, but especially their little beep talk. Because, I'll be honest, I kind of hate C-3PO. I find C-3PO real fucking annoying. But R2-D2, I could listen to R2-D2 talk for ages. It was an ABC presenter. She's since changed the baby's name back. It was just as like a publicity stunt, or like to prove a point, I guess. I wonder how the kid who was named Dovahkiin for a Skyrim contest got on. It's like how there's a not insignificant amount of children named Khaleesi now, right? Young children. I wonder how the parents feel about naming their children Khaleesi after the show got really bad. Like, doesn't everybody agree that after about series 5 that show was irredeemable? Like, I didn't... Maybe they were like, as series 8 was going on, they were like, ah, fuck. We named her this. Also, I never even liked Daenerys. Why would you Also, why not just name your child Daenerys? That's a much nicer name than Khaleesi. A friend of mine did that. Oh, no. I mean, even if you're going with names from Game of Thrones, there's better ones. There's semi-normal ones. There's like Jaime. Jaime's a nice name. Brienne of Tarth. That's a lovely name. Hottest character on television, which is a side note, but like, that's a lovely name. Rob's normal. John, normal name. Even something Bran is pretty stupid. You wouldn't name a child Bran. The amount of Bran flakes that would get thrown at them in school. The Mountain. Gutted to have named my child Jim will fix it. I thought naming my child Gary Glitter was a good idea at the time. None of us saw it coming. In a shell suit once. He says he repaired the ship and then got us to Paragus. Thank you, Mr. Bin.
Repaired this ship, my eye. Next thing you know, it's going to claim credit for saving our skins. If
I
that little
genuinely
noisemaker says
hate
it
this
repaired the
racist
ship
little
once,
twerp.
then it can prove it by doing it again. Go on, get.
So why are these Sith looking for moi?
Because you are the last of the Jedi. Once you are dead, then they have won.
Again, are we not going to bring it up? Like, look, are we not going to bring it up? She's so obviously a Jedi. But I was exiled, apparently.
Exile or not, the Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters.
But Last of the Jedi, that cannot be true.
The Jedi Civil War destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings.
But Revan is good, right? Is it canonical? Is the first canonical ending that Revan is evil and went to the evil ending? Because we were good and did the good ending. I'm, well, neutral and we did the good ending. Is it canonical that we're fucked? But those Jedi who survived, what happened to them?
Many Jedi blamed the teachings of the Jedi Masters for Revan's fall, and the civil war that followed.
That's
the
fair,
Jedi
they are
Academy on
pricks.
Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi. And the Jedi Temple on Coruscant lies empty.
Are you
The
Revan?
waters in the room of
Calling
a
it
thousand
now.
fountains have fallen still.
Are you Revan?
In reverence to the fallen Jedi and those.
How long
far
after the
lost.
first game is this set? I don't know. If any survivors still live, we need to warn them. Yeah, sure, I guess so. I mean, they probably know. We're the one with amnesia, not them.
Perhaps, but they are Jedi no longer. If the Sith have not already slain them, then they will not help you, nor can you help them.
It's going to cost a fortune to rename and buy new outfits. And pacifiers shaped like cigars. Jesus. Jimmy Savile. I mean, I'm not going to say anybody should have seen that coming, because it's a pretty rough thing to see coming. However, he always looked like a fucking nightmare of a person, didn't he? Just the whole look of him was terrifying. Then how do we stop the Sith?
That is not an easy question to answer. This threat is greater than you know, and I do not believe it is a battle that can be fought.
So what do you think we should do?
Look, enough with the we already.
We cannot hope to triumph against them alone. To stop them, you will need weapons, allies,
Nintendo,
and
when they
a
released the
teacher.
Nintendo Switch.
In the end, I
Sorry,
fear
I was
it may
trying
not
to
be
come up with a
enough.
Wii joke for that entire silence. Enough with the Wii already. The sound alert nappies for when they fill. Now then, Jesus. Maybe she's not a Jedi, she just liked dressing up like one, like an uncommitted goth who only gets things from Hot Topic. Hot Topic doesn't exist here, I think. Maybe it might exist in some places in Ireland, but I've never seen one. But I get the feeling it's like poser goth stuff, or is it emo stuff? I'm not really sure what Hot Topic is. It's like band t-shirts. It's like where you might buy a My Chemical Romance top and a choker. and maybe get your ears pierced. Is it like Claire's for edgelords? Is that what it is? It Claire's accessories, but for like edgy people and teen and like dark teens. I thought Hot Topic was only for emos, emo garb. I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe it started as goth and then transitioned to emo. Again, I'm not sure. I'm not American. What do you mean?
You fought in the Mandalorian Wars.
Apparently.
It cost you everything. Are you willing to sacrifice as much again?
Is there some place we could hide or run to? Because I'm maintaining neutral here. I thought Spencer's Gifts had died out, but we saw 2 in Canada. I don't even know what that is. A gift shop? And a Hot Topic, oddly enough. These are all very old to me. Like Hot Topic, Spencer's Gifts, I've definitely heard the name. Like, are these like Sears? Like American shops that you are surprised still exist, like Blockbuster or something like that. Is there somewhere we could hide or run to?
That's the first smart thing I've heard since you two started talking.
For a time, yes. Telos may be such a place. All our paths seem to lead us there.
I just
Perhaps
put my
there,
foot on my other foot and was genuinely shocked at how cold my toes
are.
are.
Survive a while
Fuck
longer.
me, they're like ice. How cold is it in this room? It doesn't help that I am barefoot, like usual when I stream. That'll give us time to get allies on our side, I guess.
You are not listening to me. This is not like any field of battle you have ever fought in. Think carefully on your choice. If you choose to fight, if you choose war, it is a path few turn from once the first
Maybe you're
steps
right.
are
Maybe
taken.
we don't do war.
It carries with it a terrible price. And in the end, you may find you have nothing left to sacrifice.
I have nothing to lose anyway. Yeah, I don't seem like I have a lot going on. How bad could it be?
Like so many Jedi, you hear, but you do not listen. You have much
You're
to learn.
100%
We have
Raven.
spoken long enough, and my wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in
That
the
better
crew
not be a
quarters.
euphemism for
There we
period
will
as
speak
well.
more.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account. I
Oh,
was just
my
getting sleepy-eyed.
wound pains
Also
me.
in private, we will be mercifully
I don't know why
free
I
from
assumed
the
that would be
opinions of
English.
Imbeciles
A lot
and
of gross
fools.
ones are, though.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger.
It's not like I
especially
like
with
you
that
or
hand of
anything,
hers.
Baka. Tsundere Aten. She seemed well enough for someone who just lost her hand. Well, if it was a lightsaber, then it would have been cauterized, right? So it's probably okay. I'm sure she can take care of herself. You're right, she may need help. Can you handle things up here? She seemed fine.
I think she was barely keeping it together. I'm surprised she's able to stand with all that pain rolling off of her.
What, are you an empath now? I have never heard anyone describe themselves an empath and then be nice. What are you talking about?
Are you blind? If I were her, I'd be screaming like a stuck Minoc. Well, I mean a very strong, manly Minoc. I think she's just too proud to show any weakness.
Christ, I hate you.
Especially in front of you.
Why is she into me? I don't understand. Fine. If it'll shut you up, then I'll go check on her. Light side gained. Yes. And I dinged again? God, I'm dinging all over the place. Alright, I never... What are you doing? Are you literally just playing with your... You're not typing at anything. You're not in front of... He's pretending, isn't he? He's genuinely just pretending to be able to fly this ship. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just playing with his gun. He's like, it looks like a penis. He's not even typing at anything. What a prick. Generally a bit sus of mental health streams for the same reason. Yeah, I don't know. I just find that whenever, and this is anecdotal, I'm sure there are exceptions, but whenever I've heard anybody say, oh, I'm an empath, they are about to say some fucked up stuff and be real insensitive. Where are you? Hello, damaged AK unit. Oh, it's you! This looks like the remains of an HK unit, but older and more corroded than the one you encountered on Perigus. Its power core still carries a charge, but a number of critical parts appear to be missing. Repair, diagnose. It looks as if this droid is missing 4 critical components. Its processor, a replacement chassis, the control cluster that's supposed to be stored in the chassis, and its vocabulator. Take the vocabulator and insert it into the core. I got one of those, apparently. You've installed the droid's vocabulator. Step away. Okay, so we can repair HK-47 or whatever. Fisher-Price, my first pilot playset. Where does she live then? Does she live in like the med bay? I'd go to the med bay. I'm an empath and attuned to the feelings of the universe. You mean you accidentally discovered sympathy? Yeah, you used to just say like, I'm like generally an okay person, but then it became something you called yourself on social media. I'm an empath. Yeah, that's called like interacting with other human beings. That's not meant to be unusual. And the fact that you think it is says some real fucked stuff, actually. Hello, are you just meditating? We have like a hospital room. Do you want some morphine? Some space morphine? I think it's called KotOR. It's probably just morphine. I think you bathe in it though.
There is little
like
more
those
left
people
to
who
give.
put weed in their shampoo. When you lost your hand, I felt it too. I did. I went, oh, my tummy.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
I got a peck in the back during a customer service training refresher. I'm sorry for your loss. That is a weird thing to say about a hand, although I guess it's appropriate. If I met somebody who had recently lost a hand, I think I would probably, and I don't know if this is rude, I'd probably ask if they were going to get some sort of cool robot hand or a hook. Is that rude? I wouldn't say sorry for your loss. It would just never cross my
mind. I'm here
mind.
to save you, not the other way around.
Maybe I'm not an empath. Save your pity, I'm here to... I feel like we used to talk about bionic arms a lot more about 5 years ago. I feel like bionic arms were everywhere for a bit. Like, you used to see that little girl who lost her arms and would go around with those fucking Deus Ex style cool robot hands. I feel like she was everywhere for a bit. And now I've seen nobody talk about bionic arms. It seems like we've forgotten about them. I want a bionic hand. I think that would be... Or bionic legs. One of them. She looks a little bit like Tennis from Borderlands. I have not played enough Borderlands to know what that is. The first question? I don't know. First question, if like a friend of mine showed up at my door and they were missing a hand, I'd go, what happened to your hand? And then after that, I'd go, what are you going to do now? Are you going to put a cool robot hand on it? How would you source one of them? Can you go through the HSE? Probably not. They'd probably just like screw a fucking tennis ball onto it like they do in walkers. Looks to me like you're the one who needs to help. Or help.
I do not need your condescension nor your lectures.
Wow!
If anyone needs
Hypocrite.
training and guidance, it is you.
Then teach me how to shut out the pain. Next time it could be worse.
I do not know if it is possible, and I fear that had the pain been more intense, the consequences would have been more extreme.
I've changed my mind, by the way. I no longer think she's Revan. I think she's Bastilla. Because she's posh. More extreme. I felt like my hand was dipped in molten carbonite.
Then the sensation you would feel upon my death might be less than that, though much quicker.
Would it have killed me?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
What can we do? Then we'll work together and try and be more careful. The link is a threat to me. We need to sever it. At your age, you could die at any moment. And Bastilla was the one who linked with Revan as well. She just can't stop fucking some sort of mind slut. She can't stop linking onto other Jedi. we'll work together and try to be careful. What can we do then? What can we do?
When
What do you
battle
suggest?
is
You're
upon
old,
us,
you'll know.
I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at
Focus
Paragus.
on the pain. How could this bond have happened? Call a bondulance.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the force
So
to
are we
heal
not
or
bringing up
strengthen
that she is a
ourselves,
Jedi? Are we
the
just
other
ignoring
is
that?
aided as well.
I thought that would come up by now, when she specifically said we were the last Jedi, and she has fucking force mind melded with us. You and Kreia possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of you uses a force power on yourself, the other gains the benefit as well. Ooh, that might recursion with healing.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
So what do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
Is there anywhere we can retreat to?
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey.
Okay,
All
Facebook
paths will take us
motivational
to the
poster.
end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Good stuff. Where are we bound again?
The planet Telos, decimated by the Sith during the Jedi Civil War.
That seems
Before the war,
dangerous.
Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was
Rude.
complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
Fantastic. Do you want to, like... I don't know. Would it be rude if I were offered to, like, hem their sleeves so that it didn't look so silly? Like, right now, it looks like your sleeve... It looks like you're a child who's wearing their older siblings' clothes, and your sleeve is, like, hanging down over your non-existent hand. Can we, like, cut the sleeve back so it looks a bit more intentional? That plan seems weak, by the way.
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
Fantastic. I think I've heard enough.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit
Oh.
and remind him of our destination.
Oh,
I would
I
not
don't
want him
wanna.
attempting to veer from Telos.
I only want to talk to the robots. That fool has a name, but I'd like you to start using it. No, I wouldn't. Call him the idiot. He's not a fool, but he does feel odd. Atten isn't so bad, just, well, maybe he is. I'll crack his skull into the bulkhead if he tries. That's the one.
Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first and his allies next.
Are you saying that he is a greedy lover? He's the opposite of that Austin Powers thing? Sometimes not at all. Drag him. Right, let's go. T3 is just kind of busy repairing, I guess. Good for you. Hello, Atten.
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
She doesn't look that old. I don't know why everybody's being mean to her. She doesn't look that old. Maybe it's just the graphics, and she's meant to look, like, really ancient. She doesn't... She looks like 60, maybe. Cryptic as always.
What a surprise. Just so you Jedi know, the whole cryptic routine isn't mysterious, it's just irritating.
You're still
If
not
you really
typing
can
on
see
anything.
the future, you should be at the Pazak table.
But to know the future, one must know themselves. I don't think Kreia is a Jedi. She might be a Sith. Maybe this is... I think maybe the canonical ending of the first game is meant to be that Revan stayed evil and fucked over the Sith really badly, or fucked over the Jedi really badly, and Bastilla was too. Like, Bastilla stayed evil, and now she's back to good, or at least neutral, and this is Bastilla. Again, I'm wildly stabbing in the dark, but I'm guessing this is Bastilla. It just seems to fit.
Then she must be royalty, because she's got to be queen of the galaxy to bark out orders like that. Or maybe she's senile. I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Racist and anti-gilf. I have never liked someone less. Nobody has ever been less like me. Good looking. Are you that desperate? If she looks good to you, you must have taken a blaster hit. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. Her face looks like it was plowed by crazed Ord Mantell farmers. Don't tell me you were too distracted by her personality to notice.
Fuck off! She looks fine! Jesus! I'm pretty sure I checked when you started KotOR 2, and the canon ending is that Revan went good. We were talking about that early with somebody else. Maybe with him, we were talking about what happened in the first one, and it was like, it's all muddled. Nobody knows for sure, or something like that. There's lots of rumors. Look, ease off on the insult. She was wounded helping us escape. Never mind. I mean, so far I like her a lot more than I like you. I still don't like either of you as much as Mr. Beep. Are we still on course for Telos?
Like we have a choice? It's the only place Paragus had logged in their astrogation charts.
Astrogation.
If you thought Paragus was dead, then Telos is a dying world they're trying to breathe back to life. Should be there before too long. You can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Fantastic.
So, what happened?
What? Are you gonna mention how I should be naked again like when we met? I just feel that coming.
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Paragus where a lightsaber would have been
Oh,
helpful.
where's my lightsaber?
So where's yours?
I don't know. My lightsaber was taken from me by the council? What the fuck? The council deserve to die. Genuine. I hate the council. They're so annoying. Astrogation is when you get your astro irrigated. My lightsaber was taken from me by the council.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
Double-bladed, definitely.
Huh. I hear the twin blades are harder to master, but they can make enemies stampede over each other running for cover.
Maybe I will find my Jedi soon.
Double-bladed sabers.
Or my
A more
Jedi
aggressive
lightsaber,
blade gives
whatever.
you more slaughter per swing. Hey, you didn't go red, did you?
Better dead than red. What do Americans say about communists? Actually it was. The crystal was redder than a Lagrix eye. Both the blade and the crystal were unique. It has been so long I've forgotten its colour. I can barely remember what it used to feel like, let's just look like, and I couldn't care less if I ever remember. No, we want a lightsaber. They're very good. Red is like evil, right? Red is the evil lightsabers, so we'll probably have to go evil to use it. I'm gonna say unique. It was, I don't know, what's a nice colour? Pink? It was a pink lightsaber? What's like the nicest colour for a lightsaber? Green and blue are quite boring. Purple's pretty good. I like purple. Pink, green... I'm gonna say like a lilac. Like a lilac purple.
Yeah? Unique how?
It was a blue usually used by the Guardians. My lightsaber was a green one, like those of the Jedi. A yellow lightsaber, like a Sentinel. Violet. There we go. Orange. Ew. Viridian. One like the Jedi Order had never seen before. Silver. That could be cool. It's been so long I've forgotten its colour. What is Viridian? Hang on. Google, please. This seems like a Pokemon term. Viridian. Viridian is... Viridian color. Green, like a sort of teal, kind of cyan, vaguely turquoisey green. Blue-green pigment, hydrated chromium oxide, medium saturation and relatively dark. Majority green followed by blue. I think I'll go silver. A silver lightsaber sounds real cool. I like it. Let's go silver.
Must have been something. Sure be nice to have it now. Might make those Sith think twice before coming after us.
It's no matter. It was taken from me long ago. We don't look old. I don't know how old we're meant to be. I'm gonna guess 32. 32? 33. We're the same age as Jesus. We're 33 years old. So let's say it got taken from us 10 years ago. So it would have been in our 20s.
Alright,
Head
forget
canon.
I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Thank you. I was doing that anyway. Mansplaining galaxy maps to me. Telos Citadel Station. Climate artificially maintained. Terrain space station. Docking landing zone. Ooh, it's got like a little weird, like, orbiting space station that's like a shell of the planet. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Let's go. That looks quite nice. Are they terraforming it then? Because it's green under it. Oh, some actual places with people. Fucking great. Wait, was Telos? Telos is the one that got destroyed, yeah? Like, at the very start of the first game. Telos is the one that got bombed to fucking dust. They mentioned that earlier, probably, and I wasn't listening. I remember. It was like the tutorial planet in the first game. Where there was those, like, diseased people in the like, underground area. That was kind of fun.
Attention, this is Citadel Station Bay Control, Dock Module 166. Please remain where you are. Lieutenant Dahlgren will arrive shortly to meet you. That is all.
Maybe we should wipe out all of the
If they
Jedi
think we
and
caused the
Sith.
explosion,
Maybe you'd be better off.
here comes the welcoming party. They may not know what happened, so don't blow it.
I'm Lieutenant Gren, Telos Security Force. I'm under orders to take you into custody in regards to the destruction of
You
the
sound like
Karagas
somebody from
mining facility.
Fallout. No, that was Terrace. Oh, same shit. These are all the same. It's like Dantooine and Tatooine all over again. Are we under arrest? I know my space rights.
You haven't been formally charged, but you will be placed under house arrest pending the results of our investigation.
Joke's
Due to
on
the
you,
nature of the
pricks. I don't have a
investigation,
house.
I have no specific timetable to offer you. In the meantime, your ship and any droids will have to be given over for safekeeping.
No, my baby. My baby and my friend and my companion. We're with him.
Yes, that includes you. You are a droid, so you will be detained.
Do you want to get punched in the
We will have
face?
to take your personal arms and armor until the completion of our inquiry.
Will I be able to get it back? Oh, I barely have anything on me and it sucks anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But will I be able to get it back? My blades are okay.
If you are cleared of any involvement, your personal effects will be returned to you.
Oh, I
You will be held
definitely destroyed
briefly
the
in the
base, by
TSF
the way,
station
so I
until
am
living quarters
guilty.
can be arranged.
Is this
at which
fucking
point
Fish
you will be
Hague
placed
Part
under house
2?
arrest.
We
Do
were on
you
trial for war
understand?
crimes at least 3 times in the previous game. I don't want to go back. Please don't make me go back. There's not even fish judges who I can easily trick with my breasts. Because they don't see them, because fish don't have breasts, I think. I'll cooperate. No, why are you holding us? The TSF can't hold me for anything. We're leaving right now. I'm a sovereign citizen. I'll cooperate.
Good. My men will relieve you of any arms and armor. Please follow me.
Tell me I'm not going to jail again.
He's right behind me, isn't he? Star Wars doing it so often now, blowing up a planet doesn't sound like that much of a disaster anymore. Plus, it wasn't even a planet, it was an asteroid. They get blown up all the time. There's a game about it. Who are you? Ooh, hello. Who are you? I love your hair. And your outfit. You look cool.
You will be held here briefly. Living quarters are being arranged for you and your companions as we speak. Someone will return shortly to escort you to an apartment in residential module 082.
I get a flat. Oh god, I'm in jail. So I get a flat and everything? This is great. I should get arrested more. If getting arrested gave you a flat, that would be great. This game is so nostalgic, waking up on a Sunday with coffee and doing a playthrough. Someone will return shortly to escort you to an apartment. I understand. I'll just be chill about it. Sure. We'll act so innocent and nice, and they'll love us for it.
Well, we might be here for a while. Might as well get comfortable.
Just sit down. I don't know why you're standing. Yeah, there we go. Two, like, cross-legged
Someone is
sitting.
coming.
What do Americans
So this
say?
is the last of the
Something
Jedi.
irritating, like
I
crisscross
must admit, I'm a
applesauce.
little disappointed.
That was not the voice I expected. What's going on?
The exchange has a bounty on Jedi, you know. You're worth quite a bit of money.
Why are you wearing
The
a
exchange,
knockoff
huh?
HEV suit from
I'm
Wish?
pretty sure some 2-bit pistol jockey like yourself isn't one of them.
Hey? I'm more than skilled enough to work for the exchange.
You bounty
You
hunters
would
couldn't
be
even win a
played
fair
by a
fight.
young Richard
You're
E.
the
Grant
cheapest, most worthless mercenary
in a
scum in the
villainous role,
galaxy.
like
I'd
most
hire
of
a
his roles.
Mandalorian over your filth in a second.
No Mandalorian could match my skills. No Mandalorian could have been clever enough to infiltrate this station, taken the identity of one of the guards, then...
Then what? Overloaded our force cage fields and made it look like an accident? You probably don't even have the guts to fight me. Pathetic.
Don't think overloading your cages had not occurred to me. You're wanted alive, but I doubt anyone will care as long as I bring them your corpse.
Why are you here? You some sort of bounty hunter?
Like I said, the Exchange has put out a huge bounty on Jedi. I'm just looking forward to early retirement.
We're in a TSF station. How do you expect to fool cops? They're notoriously smart and competent.
The security cameras have mysteriously shorted out. There will be no witnesses to your escape attempt, during which I'll have been forced to kill you. By the time the TSF realize I'm not one of them, I will be far from this place.
Your body is staying right here.
Come, Jedi. It is time to
No,
die.
we'll see.
Hey, leave her alone. You want to fight? Then try me.
You probably
if
don't
you've
even
got
have
the guts.
unarmed training,
You
you
have
prick.
goaded me once, and you shall not do so twice. But I shall dispose of all of you eventually. And an old woman, a fool, and a broken Jedi are no match to my skills.
Now, I think you're going to be really stupid if you don't open them one at a time. Are they all going to go down? No, it's just one at a time, I think. Oh no, all of them have opened! You are such a twat! Why wouldn't you just open one at a time? I have the ability to stun you. You're such an idiot! You're gonna die so quickly. I don't even have to do anything. My friends will just beat the shit out of you on their own.
The security cameras... What? What's going on here?
Man down! Quick! Call a medic!
All right, Jedi. I want you to back up slowly. Hands in front of you. Into the force cage. Cooperate, and we won't have to gun you down.
Come on, Lieutenant. They've already killed... who is that? Is that Batu Rem?
Yeah, I was about to say, we can just go, okay, calmly. Just go, yes, of course. Of course, we'll go back into the cage. I just think you should check his ID card, because his face won't match, and then keep going, and be completely calm, and comply, and it'll all be fine. He said he was an assassin. It's a good thing I didn't have to depend on you for protection. Don't get sassy.
Rem's no assassin.
Batu Rem is on leave. He shouldn't even be on the station. This man isn't him.
How did he manage to sneak in here?
That's something we're going to have to look into. I can tell you that it can't have been easy.
Oh yeah, again, because cops are so smart. Great, that's reassuring.
We've arranged for an apartment in residential module 082. You'll stay there under house arrest until our investigation of the Paragus matter is complete. You'll be under TSF protection. I'll personally clear any visitors to your quarters, and we'll investigate this incident to the best
I mean,
of our
look, if
ability.
they're all of that caliber, it's fine. We can just beat him to death with our tiny fists. Let's go!
Officer, get Lieutenant Yima a report of this incident. She'll look into this. The rest of you come with me. We'll
Oh,
escort
they
you
gave
to
me
the
some
apartment in
clothes.
082
I just
immediately.
realised that. I'm no longer showing as much boob. Although our underwear was like long john, so we weren't showing off that much anyway. I don't know what Etten was talking about.
These will serve as your quarters
Emma's
for the
back.
duration of your house arrest. 2 officers will be stationed outside at all times. Again, I'll clear any visitors. There won't be another incident.
But just to be on the safe side, why don't you leave us a blaster or two?
Just shake it. How long will I be in here?
I can't say. We have a ship examining what's left of the Paragus facility now, so your stay might be brief. We'll keep you informed.
Now, this is a step up from a force cage, at least.
If there are any problems, we'll use the wall terminal to
Was
contact
that head
you.
twitch
Let's
a
go.
gesture? It was, I think, a nod, but I don't know if the animation could handle it, or a shake of a
This
head.
isn't good. We've got to get off this station.
Why do we need to leave? Because you just blew up an asteroid, you idiot. You know you are guilty, huh?
What do you think the TSF is going to find at Paragus? That could bring the Sith... You know what? Forget it. As long as we're trapped here, it doesn't matter.
I hate your shirt and jacket. Like, I know you're trying to... They've tried to make, like, a yesified Han Solo in this character. So he's all fashiony. I can say yesified if I like. Emma's home. Do you want to say hello?
Did you give Taco fresh water?
No. She had water upstairs. You can give her fresh water.
No, I fed her.
And? You love her. You love her.
Kid.
She's your cat.
Kid.
I love you.
Give her fresh water.
Nah.
Yeah, you will.
I won't.
You will.
Probably not.
You will.
Probably not.
Kid, I'm in no mood.
Hello.
Give her fresh water.
Probably not.
You will, kid.
Okay, you just go do it now. You're all bright red.
He hasn't fed the cat in days.
That's because I feed the pigs.
I feed the pigs.
I feed the pigs.
I
gave them vegetables. I bought them celeries and lettuces.
I bought them rocket and
I gave them pellets and hay.
I do
and
that.
I give them water.
That every morning.
And I clean the cat. I give her fresh litters.
People tell him to do as I'm telling him.
No, you feed cats. You're so lucky Emma isn't your streaming competition for you. What do you think, Kreia?
We cannot stay in any one place too long.
No, you can just do it right now.
But our path has brought us here for a reason.
I'll see.
I must meditate on this.
I'll consider it.
In the meantime, we should rest.
Yeah, you go ahead and meditate.
You love
As
her.
for me, I could use
It's
some
the
sleep.
least you can do.
I'm very angry.
Are you sleepy?
Very sleepy.
No. Emma's been doing a lot of essays recently.
What have you done to my laptop?
I put it on the radiator.
Why?
I don't know, it wasn't on.
Where's the plug?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, there it is. It's on the printer.
I love you.
I love you too.
You're my
Love you. You're my mole. Love you. What does Emma study again? She studies English literature. You go ahead and meditate. As for me, I could use some sleep. I'll meditate then, like an elf in Dungeons and Dragons. We're just synchronized meditation. My wife has a degree in that. That was quick. Ooh, I'm getting a Skype call by the sounds of it. Somebody's calling on Discord. Soka Linu, TSF officer.
Excuse me, you have a caller.
You have the world's
Mota,
silliest hat.
representing the Ithorian planet restoration interests on Telos. Lieutenant Gren's clear.
My degree is in dropping out twice. Same. Lieutenant Gren's cleared him if you'd like to speak with him. Yes, please send him in, I guess.
Very well.
Talk to anybody, we're lonely. All I have are these pricks. Oh, hello. You have little toe foots. I dropped out of computer science.
Who dropped out twice?
The Prexelcoatl.
I dropped out of journalism.
Emma saying she dropped out of journalism. What's wrong? Have you spilled water?
No.
I love you.
Come and look.
What?
You have to see.
Are you falling asleep on the stairs? You sound very drowsy.
Come.
Oh my god.
It's gone now. It's gone now. No point.
What were you showing me?
Well, I can't. She basically had the thing that covers the stairs
Carpet?
off.
Emma she literally stopped halfway through a sentence and went, and then walked away. I think Emma's about to fall asleep. I am Moza, and I have come to see you on behalf of Chodo Habat, our leader here. What does Chodo want with me?
Are you familiar with the restoration project on Telos?
No, not at all.
The surface of Telos was destroyed during the Civil War. This Citadel Station is part of the Republic something or other. Citadel Station uses energy fields to seal off portions of the planet, then generates, once the weather is in a zone is stabilized, new animal and plant life is introduced to restore the ecosystem. Recently, we have run into contention with the corporate known as Zerka. Perhaps you have heard of our recent troubles?
Zerka was all over the previous one. They're like the Team Rocket of Star Wars. I don't know why they've decided this is a thing. This is my favorite alien race in Star Wars. I don't know even what they're called, but they look very goofy and I think it's fun. What troubles have you had?
Ithorians are well known as ecologists and agricultural engineers. The Telosian government asked those. Things went smoothly at first. The Republic funded us generously, hoping Telos would be a model for the restoration of planets damaged by the war. The funding enabled us to purchase flora and fauna from Onderon, upgrades to the Citadel Station's shield network, and allowed us to purify and reseed small portions of the surface. Then the troubles began. Public relations with Underrun began to deteriorate, increasing the purchase and transport costs of our biologic. As the station grew, the Telosian security force was not.
He talks quick.
Large enough to police the entire station. Zerka approached the Republic and offered supply and security contracts. Their paramilitary security division now polices 2/3 of the Citadel station. Zerka has integrated themselves into the Telosian political ecosystem and economy. They are currently pressing to be awarded our planet. Their efforts hinder our cause greatly and will have terrible consequences for the planet's restoration. Fuck off. How can I help? BHP or shell of the Star Wars universe. Chodo Habat is a powerful priest, our spiritual leader. He sent something off upon your arrival, a disturbance, an echo in the Force. Okay, that one gets long. Chodo felt you might be able to help us. He bid us to tell you that that if you could help heal tell us, it may be possible for him to heal you. Heal me? Did I get my lightsaber stuck in my belly? Did I eat it on a dare? What, heal me? I am unclear as to what Chodo means by this. He says the echo he felt on your arrival suggests that you yourself are damaged. He can feel the pain through the Force. What? I don't understand.
Perhaps Chodo Habat should turn his eyes to his own people, if they truly suffer so.
Forgive me, I am unclear as to Chodo's message and may have related incorrectly. I think, if this offer of mutual aid interests you, please go to the Ithorian compound here in the residential 8-2 when you are able. Chodo Habitat would be most pleased to see you, not how his name goes. I think that we have been mind wiped, that this is Bastilla, old woman behind us, I am 98% sure that is Bastilla, and that she has mind wiped us.
Okay.
Yes?
Are you going shopping with me?
No.
Okay.
Why?
There's a list on the table.
Are you actually falling asleep?
We need
Your eyes are mostly closed while you're standing.
We need washing up liquid.
Okay.
And it's all on the list.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I think Bastilla is Gilf behind us. So Gilf Bastilla has remained a bit murky, sort of faction-wise, whether she's Sith or Jedi, and she has mind-wiped us the same way that Revan was mind-wiped in the first game. And this is like, oh, we shouldn't trust them because they're gonna restore your memories or something like that. I'll speak with your leader when I'm freed. She's very sus. Bye. I like his little
now
trots.
Perhaps we will be able to rest uninterrupted.
Because you're very angry at the thought of that. Rest. Are we not even going into the bed? Fuck me, we're popular. I get a phone call once every, I would say, 3 months. Accept call. The Zerka Corporation. Ooh.
Good day. I am B4D4.
Hello, you're kind of adorable.
Assistant for Zerka Corporation's Citadel Station branch. I am attempting to connect you with Executive Officer Jana Lorso. May I put you through?
Sure, that's a very Star Wars name. Go ahead.
Thank you. I will connect you now.
We'll
Good
Discord
day.
call.
Thank you for accepting my call. As my assistant no doubt informed you,
Are those
I am Jana
tattoos
Lorso.
or are you an Ailamau? Is that rude to ask? Are those just tattoos because you think they're cool? Are they a cultural thing? Or are you an Ailamau and those are just markings? Why are you calling me?
I understand that you were approached by an Ithorian earlier.
Yup.
Doubtless he tried to obtain your help, attempting to purchase it with imposed guilt and veiled threats.
Nope. I don't recall him threatening me.
Oh, and I suppose he didn't mention the exchange, helping you with any problems here? In other words, the Ithorians won't lead the exchange to you if you work with them.
No, he did not mention anything like that. No.
Well, no matter. My apologies. I never intended to waste
You are
your time
way off.
discussing Ithorians.
Go on.
I believe you're a person of influence.
I'm
Someone I'd
under
like on my
arrest.
side, rather than aiding the Ithorians.
Are you aware?
Whose quasi-mysticism and bumbling foolishness is
Wow.
standing in the way of progress and profit.
They're so
I'm not asking for
comically
your help,
evil, I
though.
love it.
I'm offering you a job.
They're more
Work for
evil, I think,
Zerka
than the
and be
Sith, right?
handsomely rewarded.
They're like
You'd be
a
helping
more
yourself. If you're
insidious evil.
interested, please visit our offices here in Residential 082. B44 will know what to do when you arrive.
How are the Ithorians in the way of things?
Their plans for the restoration of Telos are aimless and meandering. Restore the sacred natural
We want to
beauty
plant
of Telos,
endless
they say.
fields of
Just
corn.
what does that mean? How does that apply to natural resource development and consumption? The proper planning of urban sectors, resorts and tourism? It doesn't. The Ithorians are spending billions of Republic credits on a plan with no defined profit. If it continues, they'll drive the Republic into irreparable debt and have nothing to show for it but a few meadows and a weather generator the size of a small continent.
And like, I don't care about this, to be honest. I am an extreme, like, bleeding heart socialist vegan. You're not really on the right call. What side of... Well, I'm not interested.
That's too bad. Well, you know where we are if you change your mind.
Yep.
Citadel Station is at a crossroads right now, you know. And so are you. Don't take the wrong road.
We should get back to bed. Whenever they decide to release us, we should get going immediately.
Sure. Like, the Sith are all, like, ultra-violent goths. You know, they're melodramatic nonsense villains. The Zerka Corporation are, like, proper villains. They're evil. They're like Amazon.
Years required, nor the desire to indulge you.
If she served in the war, well, Jedi are supposed to be tough.
Are they going to kiss? That would be
And what are they without the Force? Take the greatest Jedi Knight, strip away the Force, and what remains?
A lightsaber?
They rely on it, depend on it more than they know.
A cool
Watch
lightsaber?
as one tries to hold a blaster, as they try to hold a lightsaber, and you will see nothing more than a woman, or a man, a child.
But to lose so much, I guess I didn't realize how much they relied on it.
Do not be surprised. In many ways, even you are more capable than a Jedi. You could survive where they could not simply because you do not hear the Force as they do. It is irony of a sort, and it is why I tolerate your presence now.
They're
That's
both
such a loss
so
of ability
unlikable.
For a Jedi, it seems so extreme.
She has been gone from war some time.
It's a bold choice. The first game did this too. It's a bold choice to make the first couple of characters you meet so incredibly
unlikable. Did all that she
unlikable.
could to forget it, and the last piece clicks into place. But we
It's
have
like a
spoken
modern
enough of
slasher movie.
and we do her a disservice by
Where they
not
make them
speaking of this while she
purposefully
is
really
present.
irritating. So the idea is that I guess you don't mind seeing them die, or that it's fun when you see them die, forgetting that you have to go through an entire movie first with these
government has
fuckers.
completed its inspection of what's left of the Paragus facility. It
Uh-huh.
appears that the Harbinger had indeed been present, though it was gone when our ships arrived and was responsible for the station's destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Logs recovered from the facility's wreckage indicated that the miners perished as a result of sabotage, which began while you and your companions were either incapacitated or incarcerated. As such,
thought you'd be
you are to
crushing on
released
Dreya.
from house arrest. However, the
In a
Republic
way,
is sending its own ship.
yeah.
They have insisted that
But
you
she's
remain
also
on
really
station for the
annoying.
duration of their search.
In KotOR 3, the first 8 characters you meet are just going to punch you in the genitals for 10-minute long cutscenes. I don't know, parts of her, yeah. I like Kreia a lot more than I like Etten, but Jesus, she's also really irritating. She's a bit of a Tory, I have to say. Why is the Republic sending a ship?
To further investigate the station's destruction and search for their missing ship, the Harbinger.
Makes sense. How long do I have to stay here?
The sojourn is already en route, likely not more than a few standard days. Feel free to use these quarters during your stay.
Is the Ebon Hawk still impounded?
The vessel's IND is complete. Please visit the TSF station and entertainment module 081 to complete the necessary paperwork at the front desk. The Ebon Hawk should be transferred from the impound docks by the time you're free to leave.
Oh, this is all fine. What about Mr. Beepy? She's what's-her-face from the late 90s. I have no idea what that is referring to. That is like when, like, a grandmother is trying to place an actor on the television. It's like, oh, it's your man from The Thing. Who's that?
After filling out the paperwork, it'll be transferred with your ship along with your confiscated weapons and armor.
Bye.
Good night. I love you.
Well, now
Cat
what?
is following
We
after
can't
Emma.
just stick around. We need to
go
find a way
sleep.
off the station. Whether it's the Ebon Hawk or some other ship. We could hit Nar Shaddaa, maybe. If you've got people coming after you, it's where you go to get lost in the crowd.
What do you think, Kreia? Because you're clearly more intelligent, but also, like, okay, here's the situation. We have 2 people to give us advice. We have amnesia, so we need the advice. One of them is so suspicious it's comical, and the other one is an idiot. So really, they're both useless. Okay, I might need to make some decisions. What do you think, Dreya?
It is difficult to say. I feel we came to Telos for a reason, but we may have spent too much time here already. Even if the Harbinger was destroyed at Paragus, more Sith could already be on their way. Still, there is a chance we might learn of other Jedi here on the planet's surface. Jedi
I was off by a
who
decade,
might help us
Maggie
restore
Thatcher.
your abilities, or sever the link between us.
Yeah, I believe Margaret Thatcher
what do you think?
ruled from 79 to 90, maybe? She was just a pure 80s woman. Stay or explore Telos. We need a ship. Let's find the Ebon Hawk. Yeah, let's do that. Let's find the Ebon Hawk. But I want to explore Telos. That seems fun. I'd like to help the Ithorians and their nature spirits or whatever. That sounds fun.
Makes sense. I'll
I
follow
played a
your
druid
lead.
in Baldur's Gate. That'll be okay. I'm in the US, so I forgive myself because I was a child at the time. Okay, we're ready. Let's level up and then head out. I would like... Ooh, what do you recommend? More strength. I am going to be fucking built. I'm going to be huge. I'm going to be like Karlak. Skills, recommended. Just give me more injury, awareness, and demolitions. Keep going. What do you recommend here? Burst of speed. Stop trying to give me burst of speed. It looks shit. Force aura. The Jedi is temporarily granted a plus bonus to defense and saving throws. It's fine. Force deflection. Deflect any ranged attacks without a lightsaber. Can't reflect blaster bolts, though. Power is always in effect. That's kind of fun. Although we're going to at some point have a lightsaber, so it might be a bit of a waste. And I don't want dark side powers because eventually we won't be able to use them, right? Force barrier. First 4 points of damage from slashing. Let me use increase a buff, an aura. Restricted by armor. We can't take any of them either because that's gonna suck. That's like we won't be able to use it. It shields the Jedi in the Force. Shields the Jedi. Let's get a shield. Fine, let's get a shield of some sort. Not a great level, to be honest. But it's fine. Once we can get to either a better heal or a better stun, that'll help. Where did they tell me I had to go to get my stuff back, by the way? Lieutenant Genn has released you from house arrest, but you must remain on board Citadel Station until the Republic completes its own investigation. You may use apartment C3 until the investigation is complete. Told you that the IND is complete, but you must visit the TSF station in the entertainment module and complete the necessary paperwork. We'll do that. The caller. Repress residential module west. Residential module 82 west to speak to that guy. Where's all my stuff? Oh, there we go. The rest of your belongings. That's first. We will do that first if we do nothing else this stream. Entertainment module 81. Where is that? No idea. What's happening? What have we missed? Are we still incredibly evil? I would imagine we started off true neutral. I would imagine we're quite good at this point. Okay, quite good was an exaggeration, but we are ticked over into the good. And we still managed to be sarcastic and prickish to Aten, which is important. That is a genuine important thing to me. Hello, who are you, Telosian? I thought you were showing off your massive calves.
Zerka's mercenaries are getting out of
Oh,
hand.
you're
and
posh.
they're too much
Why are you
for
all posh?
TSF to handle. We need Republic troops to restore order.
The war has really inflated prices here in the Outer Rim. Medical supplies are in short supply.
Apartment complex C. What is this? No idea. Oh, we're gonna have to fucking find our way around. Let's leave. This is the way out. Apartment complex C. Is this the way out? Sort of, I think. This is quite nice. I'd live here. The planet will not grow strong while we bicker with Zerka. I'm glad we're jest at least. They gave me some clothes, which is nice. How do I leave? This is Complex A. This is Shuttle Bay Elevator. That's not where we need to go. There's a little Greedo friend over there. That might be useful. Exchange Corp. That's nothing. Exchange Thug. That's polite. We're looking for entertainment. Zerka Corporation. No, thank you. This is nothing. And this is back to where we just were. Fantastic. Is anything useful here then? Shuttle Bay, Apartment Complex A, Apartment Complex B. Oh god, where did the Ithorians want us to go? Residential Module 82 West. The Ithorian Compound. No idea where that is. Right, this way please. We'll keep going. This is, look, in the first game, I got very confused for the first little bit at first as well. I know I just said first a lot. Residential Module West, okay. This is probably somewhere. We can meet some Ithorians, we can get our ship out of storage, probably. It'll be fine. Ithorian Compound. We need to go there later. First, where's my shit, please? I would like my swords, because I feel like I'll need it. This is the medical unit. That's not as useful. How do I leave this area? Like, I know I have to stay on the planet or whatever, but where do I go? There's nothing else in here. This way? I mean, that's the compound. Never mind right now. I really want to find my ship more than I want to deal with you. I don't mean to be rude, but like, I have other places to be. I want my swords. I have two very fancy swords. Information terminal, that might help. Download area map. Oh, thank Christ. Okay, we have the full map. This is Lab Station, Residential Module East, Vivarium, and Ithorian Compound. So nothing here is useful to me. Did I download the entire map for the planet? You'd think that, you know, capacity and download speeds would be good enough. Nope. Exchange Corp, Zerka Offices, Shuttle Bay Elevator, Apartment Complex A, C, and B. I guess the shuttle lift? That's the only place I could think of. Let's go to the shuttle lift. Maybe that leads to the entertainment complex. I'm imagining it's going to be some sort of horrible, sleazy casino. Wait, transit to another module? Please select a new destination. I cannot. Okay, there's fast travel, but not the way I want it. Let's go! Oh, by the way, I don't think I ever mentioned this. I just saw it on the loading screen. I have a mod installed on this. Choked on cold tea. I have a few mods installed on this. None of them, I think, really change anything. I have a couple of texture mods. So, for instance, the floor and benches and clothes and stuff should be slightly higher resolution, like upscaled to like 4K or 2K or whatever. So that's nice. The skyboxes should be a bit higher res and stuff like that. Mainly, the big mod that I have installed is the restored content mod, because apparently this game was made in about 6 months. It was not a long development cycle, because it's always like that with Obsidian sequels. And so this mod, much like the J. Sawyer mod for Fallout New Vegas, which is also Obsidian, puts back some shit, which is nice. I don't know what it puts back and what was missing in the first place, but it was apparently one of the ones that was deemed basically necessary. I don't need Sawandobo right now. I really do just need my ship. We can deal with all of these people later. Can I download a map in here? Is this... Oh, hello. I don't want any trouble. It was an accident, I swear.
That didn't look like an accident to me or my associate here. It looked like you wanted to make a fool of him.
He was trying to do a Michael Caine voice. That wasn't the way it was. I didn't mean to disturb your drinking. Allow me to leave you and
Not
go
even
on my
an apology.
way.
That won't do at all.
What's going on here, then?
This Sulluston here had a few things to say about us that we didn't take to so well. We're just trying to work out our differences.
I'd like to hear his side of the story. So I'm going native. I'm pretending.
Oh, thank you, it's very simple. I was at the bar enjoying my drink, and these brutes here elbowed their way up to the bar, spinning me beverage all over the two of us. Then they dragged me out here. Look at these two. I know what they want. They send me out with me limbs all twisted, body battered and split
This doesn't have
open.
anything to do with you, stranger. Just move right along. Have a drink in the cantina.
I think you should leave now.
Yeah? Or what? You're gonna teach me a lesson? Go ahead. I hate your kind anyways. Keep
What
your
the fuck
nose
does
in
that
your
mean?
own business.
We're humans together. Do you mean Asians? Are you not even a space racist? Are you just like a boring old regular racist? I don't want to fight you. You asked for it, I guess. Let's fight it. We have fists. We don't need knives. Oh God, we might need knives. They've got so many guns. Okay. This might have been a bad thing to do. Jedi, maybe? That might be more accurate. But how would he know we're a Jedi? Can you stun? You can cast Fear on a mercenary. And I don't think you can do anything but just do some punchos. So do some punchos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Light side points gained, by the way. That's pretty good. Right, beat shit out of boys. Oh, I don't know how well that's going to go. You're frightened, which is great. I would love you to do more stuns. Oh, never. Yeah, we're fine. This is going to go fine. We are getting shot a lot by blasters, but the kings are doing a great job. Please kill him. There we go. I think we are actually killing them. Stun him again? My stun never works. My stun is so shit. Again, never works. I do a flurry. That'll finish him off. Oh, thank you. I was completely helpless. These mercenaries are too much. I wish something could be done about him. I assume there's some sort of reward for this. Why are they allowed to do this? Oh, I didn't want them all to have the fun. That would be so mean if we just started bullying him then. I mean, I'll be honest. He might be into it. Why are you so shiny? Are you wearing a metal hat? Or is your head just like that? Are you just a very shiny race of people? Why are they allowed to do this? We just like start holding him upside down and jiggling out his lunch money, pushing him up against a wall, and he goes, oh. Why are they allowed to do this? The TSF isn't able to help much to keep the peace on the station. Circus are too many mercenaries. The public must do something about this, but it's anybody's guess as to whether or not they will. It sounds like somebody doing a racist impression of a Japanese man, his alien language. I assume there's some sort of reward. Nah, you should leave in case their friends come looking for them. We'll be good for a bit. You speak the truth. I will stay away from this cantina until things settle down. Please accept this reward. Thank you. No, thank you. I'll try and be more careful. Oh, is this a strip club? Are we about to see some Twi'leks? I don't think we've seen any Twi'leks yet. And in Star Wars, Twi'leks mean sex clubs. For some reason, Twi'leks are all sex slaves in this game, in this universe, and it's very annoying. It's very uncomfortable. It's just a cultural marker. This looks like it'll end up in the fish hague. Oh, it's Figrin Dan and the Jizz Whalers or whatever. Oh, we're in. I thought it was a cutscene. Hello. Showing off your calves. The Race Master. Again, I assume that's for actual racing and not something problematic. In the movie, the person who dubbed the voice of the guy who was that race was speaking an actual African language.
I knew it the second you walked in here. It's quite obvious you're a swoop racer. Probably a good one too. What else could you have brought to Citadel Station but to challenge our track records?
Bye. I found the swoop racing annoying before. Who are you people?
So you must be the Jedi everyone's been whispering about. No more trouble with the TSF, I hope?
That could almost be Matthew Perry, couldn't it? Exclamation mark quote 396. I don't mind if a woman has hoofs. I'm very progressive and open-minded like that. Can I help you?
Perhaps you don't know who I am?
I can't say that I do.
You haven't been on Citadel Station long, have you? Let me introduce
He's
myself.
giving real Benny from
I'm
Fallout
Bennock,
New Vegas
the man
vibes.
in charge of Lopak Slusk's protection. You do know who Lopak Slusk is, don't you? The two gentlemen with me are Matu and Nahata, Slusk's finest men. Other than me, of course.
Oh, leave the woman alone, Bennock. I bet she'd come out on top if you fought.
Now, Luxa, I meant no disrespect. You're probably Slusk's strongest woman.
A lot more sexism in this one.
Just warning you, Slusk could easily replace you.
I don't want any trouble. There's a lot of boys around.
And I doubt you could cause any. Trading jabs with Luxa is hardly the entertainment I was looking for. Let's go.
Why were you... What was this conversation for? Just reminding us that corruption and gangs exist, I guess. Hello. Who are you? You seem nice.
Hello there. Fresh blood at the cantina. Enjoy. Your drinks are on me. You should talk.
Are we about to be seduced? Some Star Wars game has just been axed. EA sacking staff globally. The games industry, I haven't mentioned it on stream because I don't really care about the games industry, but, you know, maybe I should mention it. The game industry is fucked. I think we are entering another global crash of the games industry, like in the 80s. And this time, it isn't because of, like, too many consoles or too many different competitors and stuff like that. It is all accumulating wealth and then downsizing staff. Like, EA and Bethesda and Activision and all these companies, Microsoft, they are all richer than they've ever been, and yet every one of them is laying off, on average, about 900 staff each. There is huge mass layoffs happening in the games industry, and it means that games are going to be really bad for the next 10 years. Minimum. Like, at least Western games, because it doesn't seem to be happening as much in places like Japan, for instance, because they have better worker rights laws in some places than America. For the next at least 5 or 10 years, games are going to get even worse, because everybody who made them and all the teams are going to get disbanded and split up. We're never going to have open world battle royales, aren't we? We're just going to have open world battle royales, aren't we? Probably. Or live service games. Can't wait for the generic AI bucket trash games, woo. This is the thing. People make a lot of, people like Nintendo, right? Or companies like Nintendo. People make a lot of their consistency. And they are very open about the fact that their consistency in terms of making good games, and there's always duds, but making good games is that the teams that make their games have been basically 90% the same. You know, sometimes new people come in, sometimes people retire, but about 90% the same for the last 30 years. The same people who worked on the first Legend of Zelda are still working on Zelda games. The same people who worked on early Mario games are still making Mario games, right? That means that you can build up teams, you can build up people who are good at certain things, and it makes things remarkably consistent. And it's why a lot of other studios are worse in terms of quality control, because they will lay off people after a big hit. It's like, we'll hire on lots of workers, then there'll be a big hit, then we'll lay them all off so we don't have to keep them together and pay them as much, then we can hire more workers for the sequel. And it means that you don't get that through line of design. And now that is going to be exacerbated even more, because they could pay these people, but they're not. There's been a disintegration of a lot of merger laws and monopoly laws in America, and so they've been allowed, like, Microsoft has bought out like 10 different game studios in the past 10 years. EA has been the same. Activision, Blizzard, and, you know, they've all combined into different mega corporations. And when that happens, they lay off everybody, get in cheaper workers. And it means that all of that experience is lost forever. Sometimes they form their own companies, like when Black Isle did that in the 90s, it went on to form Obsidian, and we got things like this. But in general, a lot of those links will be gone forever. Happens at my work in IT. I have to do 10 people's worth of work because everyone gets fired or they quit due to no pay rise. My dad works in IT, and he nearly had a breakdown at one point because of that. And he threatened to quit, and they had to keep him on, so they gave him pay rise and allowed him to do work from home more. One of the reasons my dad moved to Spain is that, because he was like, I am not fucking doing this shit anymore, basically. It's like that all over the tech industry and gaming especially, is companies conglomerating together and then laying off massive amounts of people despite the fact that they are making more money than ever. Because they're like, oh, we should streamline. And then the problem is that leads to what I think will happen, which is a crash. Because suddenly you've gotten rid of everybody who makes your shit. Like, suddenly, all the people who make the shit that make you money are gone. And what are you going to do in the next 10 years, you know? I think they probably are banking on AI. Yeah, I've already been told I've been to mind of AI are moving a lot of data programming work. And even more, they're going to be like, okay, we're going to probably outsource AI or outsource the creative stuff to, like, the art design and the concept work and writing to AI as well. And it will crash. It will crash the same way Bitcoin crashed. It will crash the same way all of this shit crashes. And all that will happen is that games are going to be worse. Game developers are going to be fucking poorer and less of them, and it's going to be harder to get into that industry for probably the next 20 years. It is a fucking disaster happening. A lot of the IT industry isn't covered by trade unions, so the working conditions are bordering illegal. It's quite a fault of trade unions, to be fair. Yes, I mean, like, a lot of unions get kind of broken down and dissolved or not allowed to form in the first place, or people don't bother forming them sometimes. It's very bad. Again, one of the reasons, I remember I read a thread about this a few days ago, because people were comparing things like Activision Blizzard to, and the Sony console developers and stuff, to people like Nintendo. And it was like, showing how like 80% of the staff who worked on the first Zelda are still there and stuff like that. And then somebody went, yeah, but that's because they've got like a really strong union presence as well. Probably if Nintendo was an American company, they would be just as bad. The corporations aren't your friend, you know? It's like, it's the people making the games that are good and who are making the games. It's not the corporation who slaps their brand on them. There's one for game devs and vaguely IT, I think, but I can't remember it, but based in Melbourne. I don't even think there's big unions for, like, voice actors yet, is there? It's like, and again, it varies wildly based on country, but I know a lot of voice actors on my feed were talking about that. It's a grim place to work, the games industry, and the tech industry in general. If you work in IT, if you work in any sort of Silicon Valley kind of thing, and you're not a CEO or a startup boy. A lot of voice actors are now part of SAG, okay. Oh, but that's another fucking nightmare. Because SAG did the whole, like, cop-out AI thing. Like, now they're saying, like, oh, you can sort of use AI, but not as much as you previously could. After all of that fucking striking. Oh. I think animators, maybe I was thinking of animators. Animators are now unionizing in the US. That's gonna piss the fuck out of Disney. Probably it won't even. I know that, another one that's famously not unionized in America at least is VFX artists. It's why Disney movies in the past 10 years or so have looked so shit. Because they are using cheaper, non-unionized work. Because it's, cheaper for them, even if it looks worse. So yeah, and traditional animation is more expensive, so they just use CGI. And, CG animation is real animation and is perfectly fine, but they tend to be cheaper, basically, and take less time. Who are you, by the way? Sorry for bringing everybody down, but the games industry in particular is in a real hole right now. Like, it's It's bad, and it will only get worse. I think it's been getting bad. I follow a lot of game devs, and a few indie devs follow me on Twitter as well. And I have seen some stuff about this for the past couple of years. Like, people going like, I think we're approaching a game industry crash. I think we're approaching a games industry crash. And it seems like it's starting to topple. Like, it seems like the companies are getting too big and laying off too many people, and things are going to fall apart. People follow you on Twitter? Good God. I'm assuming I'm muted. Strike agreements seem not great. Please play your union dues via bits to your local Nuku. Twitch streamer union. I mean, even Twitch, like, Twitch famously gets away with a lot of shit because of it being the biggest streaming service and being owned by Amazon. They're very anti-union. I don't think they would do everything in their power not to allow a Twitch streamer union. Twitch, famously, I think, at this point, gives the worst pay cut of any streaming service. Like, if you don't stream, you won't necessarily know this. It's 50-50. That is unheard of levels of shit in the streaming world. Like, even Kick and fucking Mixer and all of these other shit ones, they paid more than that. It's like, if you subscribe to me, it's about €4 for a subscription. If you subscribe to me on Twitch, I get €2 of that. A full half of it goes directly to Twitch. Goes directly to Bezos or whoever the CEO is now. Same with bits. Like, you'll notice that bits are more expensive than what you actually get. They're meant to be raising the sub fee on Twitch soon. They are, yes, it's already happened in a couple of countries. I'm sure I had an email about it. Which is baffling, because a sub on Twitch gets you so little already. Like, I have like 20 emotes. Like, it's so bad. $8 Australian, fuck me. So yeah, I get $4 Australian then, which probably is about €2. But I think it localizes everything. €4 to sub to Dreya, thousands of euros for the therapy. So yeah, Twitch is 50-50. There was you can get 70-30 on Twitch, but you know what you have to do? You have to be like a premium partner. First you have to get partner, which is quite difficult, and then you have to get so above partner that your incentive, like, you have to stream something like 70 hours a week, or maybe like 70 a month minimum, which isn't that bad. But you have to have like thousands of concurrent viewers in order to get 70-30. Considering the financial level when I'm priced out of supporting this shit show here. My accountant doesn't understand it. If you sub or buy bits on a mobile device, it's more expensive because Google and Apple get a cut. Yes, it is why I don't even think you can Prime subscribe on mobile, can you? It's a disaster of a website. The only reason anyone is on Twitch is because it is the biggest and is the easiest to stream on. It is the easiest in terms of building a community and building an audience. It is the easiest. And because YouTube kind of sucks, like, it's very, very hard to get monetized on YouTube. It used to be really easy, but now it's even harder than Twitch. In order to get monetized on YouTube, this is with lowered stats recently. You have to get like 500 or 600 subs and like 30,000 views a month or something like that. It's difficult. What have you built here exactly? YouTube's interface is garbage. Yes, also it's just a worse site to wander around. And a lot of the others are built by right-wing nutjobs, somehow different to Bezos, also a right-wing nutjob. Kick is Is Kick the second biggest streaming platform right now? And Kick is run by basically neo-Nazis, I think. Kick, anybody who goes to Kick is either very dumb, very desperate, or very racist. There's no real in between. Like, Kick is horrible. Kick is basically advertises itself like Truth Social, Trump's thing, where it's like there's no censorship whatsoever, no moderation. It's real bad. I would never stream to Kick. No joke here, Kick is full of perverts and is known to have many people chat and hook up in pedo rings. Again, doesn't surprise me, it's like libertarian Twitch. If Twitch could be worse, it's by including the word libertarian in it. Libertarians, especially a certain type of libertarian, are people who know way too much about age of consent laws worldwide, and that is Kick. Need to consider making a stream on Kick that is so gay the owners hate it. Some Australian scammer guys started Kick or something. I'm not surprised. I mean, it definitely... Again, like... I think Kick offers you something ridiculous, like 90% payouts, which does seem unsustainable, so it must be some sort of scam. Anyway, back to the game. Who are you?
If you're asking me that, beautiful, you're better off not knowing.
I really want to know.
You just enjoy yourself. And
oh yeah, she was coming on to me. Sure, I like your hair.
You can come back and we'll have a little chat.
The suit's a bit much, I'll be honest, but I like your hair. I've been trapped in this stream so solidly, I forgot to take lunch. I'm going home. I'll be going now. I'll be taken soon too.
I don't understand your problem with the Republic. It's not like Onderon hasn't benefited from joining.
Who's
It was one
Onderon?
of the darkest days in our history. Talia sold Onderon to the Republic, and what did we receive in return? Nothing.
You're wearing a bed
In
sheet.
exchange for the blood of our soldiers, the prosperity of Iziz has been stripped to decorate dead planets like this.
Look, if it weren't for the Republic, you'd all be speaking Mandalorian
Oh
by
God,
now.
it's the
And
British.
because we accepted
If it weren't
the
for us,
Republic's
you'd all be
aid,
speaking
we should
German,
be indebted to them
innit?
forever?
You make it sound like the Republic turned Onderon into a prison colony.
Perhaps. Only that the Republic did not even conquer us. Our own betrayed us and allowed the Republic to take what it would.
I guess they're going for the Republic as like NCR thing. Again, this kind of feels like Star Wars KotOR mixed with a little bit of Fallout New Vegas, which is a great thing. But it does have similar kind of themes, and I'm sure I recognize some voice actors. And this is before New Vegas. Hello, can I talk to Twi'lek Dancer?
I get paid to dance, not to talk.
Okay, fine, sorry. Corin Fault. Well, I need to fill out some paperwork. Is this the... I'm in the entertainment module. Okay. Can I... I need to fill out my paperwork. Can you give me paperwork?
Entertainment module 081 Cantina. How can I assist you?
Paperwork. Probably not in the cantina.
We feature Citadel Station's most talented all-Bith band.
All-Bith band.
As well as live Twi'lek dancers. You won't find any holograms here. Casual Pazak players
You can
should be
come
able
to
find a
real
friendly
flesh.
match in the game room. Or
I
if
just
you're a bit
don't
more
understand
seasoned,
strippers.
We have daily tournaments with some
Not
of
the
best
people who
players
become
in the
strippers.
Outer Rim.
That's fine,
Cards
whatever you want to
too
do.
slow for you.
But like,
Try your
I
hand
don't
at
understand
Citadel
what
Station's
you
swoop
do
track and see if you can
at a
challenge
strip
the
club.
all-time records. Last but not least, we feature only
It
the
just seems
finest
awkward.
cuisine
I'd be
and
so
beverages from
awkward
Ryloth
at one.
to Coruscant.
I think there is very few places in the world I would less like to go than a strip club. I think I would be so awkward. See boobs bounce? Yeah, but you can do that anywhere. It's like I went to a peep show in Amsterdam. It was part of a tour, right? I went on a tour of like the old town in Amsterdam. And Emma and I were ushered into a peep show. And it was just, I don't know, it was a bit dull and a bit weird. Like, Emma and I were ushered into this small room, this booth, and then a glass panel opened up, and there was just a woman in there just spinning on like a lazy Susan playing with her vagina. And I was like, what are we supposed to do here? The floor isn't noticeably sticky, and we don't have, it was like €2, so we don't have that much time to like do anything. Like, what is the point of this? I don't get it. We have the internet now, surely. I have spices on my lazy Susan. Right, let's leave this bar, maybe. Do I have to go out the other door? I need to find a place to fucking get my ship. Can't expect Susan to play with her own vagina. She's lazy. I've been in that peep show. The rotating bed had me laughing so hard. It just felt a lot like going to an office. Like if you walked into somebody's office and saw them like typing up documents in Excel. That was the same vibe it had. They should have had a ring toss element. Okay, give me a map, please. Download area map. I love this. I love that this is an option. Right. Residential module. Dobo Brothers Emporium. 2 Cantina. Shuttle to dock module. And TSF station. It must be the TSF station is where we need to go, right? to fill out the paperwork. That's gotta be it. I'm assuming. I worked at a strip club bar in Leeds for like a year. Needless to say, I was just a bartender. Imagine shagging on a rotating bed and getting dizzy as fuck. It wasn't rotating that fast. I don't know, I mean, I wasn't shocked as much as I think a lot of Irish people seem to be when they go to a strip place or Amsterdam and you see all the breasts in the window. I was just like, oh, look, some breasts. Emma dragged me around there like 3 different times. Emma calling from upstairs. No, I didn't. Yes, she did. Hello, Protocol Droid. Can I get some paperwork? There we go. Grem said to come here, get the paperwork for the Ebon Hawk.
I will call up the appropriate.
Is not you, love.
Now.
I get motion sickness.
Searching. One moment. I regret to inform you that the Ebon Hawk is gone.
Falling off the rotating bed, coming and falling unconscious. Isn't that normal? Wait, what? Hang on, what? The TSF believes my ship was stolen. Gone?
It seems the Ebon Hawk was transferred to Telos' surface. Instead
Are they edging me with the ship again, a second time?
And the point of delivery are unknown. In addition, the vessel is not showing up at any government-sanctioned landing site. I would conjecture that it has been stolen, and the TSF records have been illegally accessed and modified.
I knew it! That stupid T3 unit stole our ship.
How dare you slander Mr. Bean?
System right now.
Mr. Bean.
Laughing at us. Laughing at me.
That is unlikely. While your utility droid is not accounted for, numerous satellites track all incoming and outgoing
Okay,
vessels.
so it's still on the ship.
There is no record of the
We're still
Ebon
on the
Hawk
planet,
leaving the
probably.
system.
Wait, you're saying the ship's actually somewhere on Telos' surface? I don't understand. Telos' atmosphere is highly corrosive outside the shielded restoration zones. Where else could someone land safely?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid that's all the information I have for you. Of course, the quarters and
I'm
residential
very angry. At least we have a free flash, that's something. Although we share it with these idiots. Can I get my possessions back at least?
Fortunately, your
Thank
possessions
Christ.
were kept in the armory and were
This doesn't usually happen, love. I'm not used to being rotated.
so that you may retrieve them.
I've
You will
heard of
find
a
them in
mate
the security
spin, but
locker.
this is ridiculous. This reminds me of how I was more amused at the old people's reactions in the musical Hair than the actual nudity. I didn't know there was nudity in that musical. I've never been to see a musical live. And I very rarely watch musicals not live even. What am I supposed to do now?
I am not qualified to answer that question. However, it is unlikely that someone could steal a starship from under TSF observation without considerable backing. If your vessel has been stolen, there is a fair chance that the exchange possesses relevant information. I do not know what else to suggest, beyond waiting in your quarters for further word.
Okay, so I'm going to guess that in order to get into the exchange, we're going to have to either work with the Athorians or the Zerka offices, do a quest for them, then get to the exchange, then get our ship, then be able to leave. Is that broadly right? Hold me here, I love it when we're at 165 degrees. I don't get that joke. Or, wait, do you mean you're rotating on a big wheel? Draw me like one of your Dutch lovers on a rotating bed. Give that complimentary angle. Tell me about the exchange.
The exchange is a major intergalactic crime syndicate.
They just have a shop out there. Yes, I do. Like when a magician does knife throwing at their assistant. They have them up on that big wheel. I've never seen a magic show either.
Exchange Corporation, located in residential module 082, is a front for the exchange on Citadel Station.
It's just called the exchange. Of course, it's not rumored. It's just what they called it. Fine. I'll be going now. So we need to go to the exchange. They'll probably go, oh, oi, piss off. We only deal with people the Ithorians like, or something. Detainee locker, please. Get all items. Any more? Yep, good stuff. This is all my stuff, maybe. Can we just take everything from all detainees? Like, is this all of my stuff, or is this other people's stuff as well? We saw sword swallowing in York when I was on a 10-foot unicycle. It was freaking mad. Or while on a 10-foot unicycle. Not you would just happen to be on a 10-foot unicycle. What's that prick doing while you're just furiously pedaling? I don't know what you do. I should have clarified. I'd like to see Dreya being hypnotized by a hypnotist, of course, not some random dude. Or like an ASMR YouTube video. A lot of them seem to involve hypnosis of some sort. Don't really get it. Hello.
Zerka's mercenaries are getting out of hand, and they're too much for the TSF to handle. We need Republic troops to restore order.
I would absolutely kill myself trying to jump from this ledge to the other ledge. In real life. I love jumping and climbing things. It would be great, and I would hurt myself very badly. Maybe if the... it's quite a long drop, but it is inclined. Oh, I would definitely, at the very least, never bother going all around that glass area. If I worked on this side of the station, and I lived on that side of the station, or vice versa, there is no way I wouldn't either jump up and climb up there, or creep along here and then hop down onto this ledge every day. When I was in secondary school, I went to secondary school, I would have to go down a hill, then around through the middle of a town, then up a bigger hill in order to get to my secondary school. So instead of doing that, what I could do is come out of my house, go straight up a hill, and then cut through an old graveyard, and then hop over some medieval town walls, and it was at like half the length. So I did that every day instead. If I wasn't getting delivered to school, that's not really how people put that, but if it wasn't raining or anything and I was forced to walk, I would drop my bag off like the 10-foot high walls and then just drop down into the grass. So I love that sort of thing. I thought this was a ramp. Right, let's go back to the area, I suppose. I could go to the shops. I'll go back to the residential area first, I guess. We'll talk to the exchange, maybe. Somebody. Talk to somebody. Does hypnosis work? I know, I've heard so many times that it does, but I've never quite 100% believed it. Like, stage musicians, magicians go like, you know, I need somebody who's susceptible to it and who's willing to be hypnotized and stuff. I still don't really believe it. Maybe I would have to be hypnotized. Although, don't they say something stupid like, if you aren't open to being hypnotized, you can't be hypnotized, so I don't think it would be worked. I think you have to be susceptible to it. Makes a Pokemon fall asleep. Right, this is B, C, A. This is the Exchange Corp. Let's at least talk to them. See if we can get in. Maybe we don't have to do any of these side quests. I mean, I want to anyway, because it's a video game and it's fun. Hello. Hello, Exchange Thug.
You have no business with the Exchange. Get out of here.
Sorry. I don't want to start fights yet. Bye. How do I get business with the Exchange? Are you going to be really angry? Uses a sort of heavy pressure door in many roles. It's virtually impregnable. Like a femboy. Sorry? Okay, let's go. I don't want to talk to the Circas. Let's go talk to the Ithorians then. Kiss them on their tiny lips. Residential Module 82 West. This is where the Frog Boys live? I'm not really sure what to call them. They don't look like fish boys. Maybe frog boys. Hello, greeter. This is a thing that's in America. If you're an American, you'll be familiar with the concept of a greeter, which is like in shops. I remember I went to Walmart once when I was in Florida, and they had just an old man going, "Hello, I hope you have a great day today, sir." I went, "Ugh." Recoiled in horror and then walked past again. And then at the end, they sort of like, I think they have like security to like nose through the receipts afterwards. It's like a real dystopian place. None of the people on the checkouts were allowed to use chairs. It was horrible.
You have returned. How may I help you?
Mozza sent me to speak with Chodo Habat. Florida Walmart, what were you thinking? I bought so many Twizzlers. I survived on a lot of Twizzlers. Greeters are jobs for senior citizens who couldn't retire. Yeah, I heard that afterwards. I asked what were greeters, and that was the response I got. And that's very sad. It was like for people who are too old to actually work, but can't not work for financial reasons. You get a greeter job. I think maybe people flower it up a bit by saying like, oh, it's just a way to keep active so you won't be bored. But I think it's like, you have no money. You have no money and you're 70 years old. And you were a builder. So you probably should be a greeter so you can afford food. All of us eventually. Yep, as the retirement age. Aren't they boosting up the retirement age in Britain now to like 72 or something? I read that the average age of an adult male in, or age of death, I should say, of an adult male in Glasgow is like 72. And the retirement age is being upped to maybe like 69 years old or 68 years old. So they're saying, like, in Glasgow, you will work and then have 4 years and then die. Which is so bleak. That's so comically bleak. Both that the life expectancy is that low and that the retirement age is that high. It's not that much better in Ireland. I think it's like 66 here. I think it used to be like... did you know the retirement age used to be 55 in most of the world? 55 years old. Now it's like 66. 3 quality years to bicker with the wife. If she's not left with the kids. Look on the bright side, we could die before then. Probably we will. Mozzo sent me to speak with Chodo Habat. Oh, escapism, thank you. You are the Jedi. I will open the doors for you now and inform Chodo Habat of your arrival. I put an H in front of so many of those words accidentally. He will be pleased. I'm sure he will. We should probably put on some armor and weapons, but I'm just... The inventory's daunting, to be honest. Hello. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is very sweet. I like the flowers. I imagine it smells amazing in here. Like, this looks like... I don't know if this is meant to be like mist or steam, but this might be like hot water. This has got some, like... These look very fragrant, these giant flowers. I imagine it smells incredible in here. The tree setup looks phallic. Maybe. I mean, if you have 2 shafts, one of them kind of withered and vestigial, and open sores on each testicle. Hello, the fountain, maybe. If you maybe put like a small child statue in front of this, like that famous mannequin piss thing in Belgium. If it fits, it's phallic enough. Right, who was I talking to? I don't know. Let's go over here. Let's go into one of these. Oh, it looks so lovely in here. I'd love it. The vivarium. I want to go into the vivarium. Ooh, a bacchani plant. This appears to be a bacchani plant, one of the many specimens the Ithorians are monitoring for the restoration project. Leave it alone. Yeah, I would like to leave it alone. I imagine maybe we're supposed to sabotage this if we're working for the Zerkas. Hello.
Welcome to the restoration.
I can't do that voice. That's too annoying. Jesus. What do you do here?
I monitor the growth of the plant specimens collected here. Each of the species found on the planet's surface are represented. It's important that we observe growth patterns in a controlled environment before large areas are transported.
I'll be going now. That was me last night. I can't really go very squeaky. I don't know where that one came from. I can go screechy, which is unpleasant. I can sound like a horrible Victorian urchin from London. That's about it. Hello, Moza. Hello again, Dorito Goblin. How may I be of service? What do you do here? The last time we talked to a scientist, it was in the previous game, and they were harvesting cum from tribals. So, Is it more wholesome than that? Is it just stuff with flowers? That would be nice. I serve as Chodo's assistant. My duties became even more time-consuming after the loss of our droid intelligence. I am also our herd's representative when it comes to matters concerning the council, public representatives, among others. Okay, I'll be going. The alien species looks like a clit stimulation attachment. It does look like you could... Like, this is specially curved to hit a G-spot or even a prostate. I can hear the extra read all about it already. Extra! Read all about it! I can't really do an American accent. The ideal form. Where the fuck is he then? Oh, is it just you? I wasn't even paying attention. Hello, KotOR Habat.
It gladdens me that you have come. I am KotOR Habat. I am sorry to impose of our troubles upon you, but I did not know where to turn until I sensed your arrival.
You sensed my arrival? Are you a Force boy? Are you a Jedi? It's part of why I like them. Too many aliens in sci-fi are almost exactly human. Yeah, I think that's a good thing about at least some Star Wars stuff. Is that you get some aliens that look fucking weird, which is good. I don't like it. Like, even I love Mass Effect. I really like Mass Effect, especially Mass Effect 2. I think is almost perfect. It's one of the few games I'd give like a 10 out of 10 to. I love it. A lot of the aliens in that just look like guys that are just like painted blue or, you know, have like a cat mouth or something. Garrus is one of my favorites because he looks a little bit weirder, but even then he kind of just looks like a guy. Whereas in Star Wars, I feel like they give him a bit of extra sauce. They get a bit weird and wacky, which is fun. I was a Tally guy, I'll be honest, when I played Mass Effect. I said this before, I downloaded a mod that let me romance Tally as FemShep. Kill me, Jack. Hot Garrus Vicarian. Honestly, I might consider Garrus the second hottest in that game. Smoking hot Gary. You sensed my arrival? What do you want from me? But you did not see fit to visit me in person. Ooh, we've been snubbed. Everybody was a Tally guy. You sensed my arrival?
I am a priest of my people. I sensed an echo within the Force. It's a subtle disturbance unless one is actively listening.
You sensed a throbbing in your Jedusy.
I suspected you were one of the remaining Jedi and hoped that you could help us. That's why I sent Motza.
Motza said you could heal me. What does that mean? Do I have some sort of scar tissue? Is it like... Do I not remember, but did I do that thing, you know, the MRI butt plug torpedo that happened to that one person? How did that lawsuit go? I feel like I mention that every so often, but I don't think I've ever seen an update on that lawsuit. Did they successfully sue that company? Honestly, I think it is their fault. I would throw that out of court. Motza said you could heal me. What did he mean?
The echo I felt was not natural. It spoke of a great pain, not of the body, but of the spirit. It is as if you once felt the Force, but it was torn away, brutally and quickly. The echo comes from the hollows where it once flowed.
I once felt the Force, and it is slowly returning.
It is a most unusual wound you carry. If you would permit me to examine you, perhaps I could help restore some of it.
Your speech is filled with maybes and perhaps. You are bold to make promises of healing while the world under your care burns and dies. You may be able to help, but there is always a price, is there not?
Do not mistake me. It is not our desire to see anything suffer, but the suffering of Telos is all that consumes us. Do you know of the problems of our restoration efforts?
Yeah, the corpos. Those damn corpos. I feel like corpos is another slang term from a piece of media that's been subsumed into common use quite well. Like, I think corpos is from Cyberpunk, but I've seen so many people say corpos in the last couple of years. It's like how Bucket List is from the Bucket List movie and Sweet Summer Child is from Game of Thrones, but they just sound like real old-timey phrases, and so people will just use them forever. You mean Trouble with the Zerka? Yes, they sound like scummos.
Our first goal is to get the restoration project moving forward. The Republic originally provided a droid intelligence to Citadel that would help manage the logistics of the project. It vanished some time ago.
Sweet Summer Child is not from Game of Thrones. Nuku, you've been hoodwinked, it is. It definitely is. It is 100% from Game of Thrones. You can tell because it doesn't really make any sense outside of the world of Game of Thrones. And also, there are a couple of times when it was used in literature, but not to mean the same thing in like the 1800s. But in its current form, it is definitely from Game of Thrones. Vanished? How? We need to find a droid. I always thought Sweet Summer Child sounded like a Tumblr phrase. It does sound like a Tumblr phrase. I imagine Tumblr was really into Game of Thrones. There we go, Tumblr loved games. Absolute bollocks. This is like the bucket list thing again. Tumblr loved Game of Thrones as well. I imagine they would. I imagine Tumblr would love Arya. I would think they would love Arya and the Hound. I think they would love Jaime and Brienne. And I think a lot of the freaks would love Jon and Dany. I'm from the 1500s and I've heard it before 2018. Vanished? How?
That is not known. It may have been an accident. Perhaps the droid intelligence was overtaxed by the staggering size of the project and became irrational. Some among the herd suggest theft. A droid intelligence of that sophistication would fetch a high price on the black market. Other fear sabotage by Circa or some other organization that seeks to slow the restoration project or discredit us. But the how and why are still irrelevant. At great expense, my herd has acquired a second, somewhat lesser intelligence to take its place. It will arrive shortly. The Telosian government has ordered a small escort, but I had hoped you might see its safe transition from the docks to here. Might you aid us?
Probably, yes. I don't know, but yes, they loved the books and show. I think I might have said this even yesterday or the day before. I really liked the books. I liked the books a lot. I was born when the books were published, when the first book was. I think it's from 1996, isn't it? I think it's a good book, and I like all four that I read. Feast for Crows, less, let's be honest, it's the less good one, but I like all four. And then I just got so sick of waiting that by the time the show came out, I was like, I am over Game of Thrones already. I'll see it to you safely, that sounds like a good thing. I will send the word to my people. They will be awaiting your arrival at Bay 2, Dock Module 126. I'll return with the intelligence. We have a quest. There's a theory, which may hold some water, that George R.R. Martin has already finished the last books and he will only have them released after he dies, so he doesn't have to deal with fan fallout. That is kind of believable as a thing. Because, especially, apparently, I've reported stream from Misinfo. Apparently, the vague strokes of what happens in the story are in the show. Like, everybody hated the endings. And it's because the writing was terrible in the last few series, right? I have heard many rants from Emma. I never was interested in the show. But I have heard many rants from Emma about how shit it got after they stopped following the books. But apparently he did tell them how it ends. And he told them, like, the very broad strokes that would still apply after they made changes and stuff. So he probably saw the reaction to the ending, people going, really? That's how it ends? And was like, well, either I change everything, or maybe I just die. Maybe I do. Maybe I trick everybody into thinking I've done a Robert Jordan, but actually I have all of them finished already. Or he's just a bit of a Douglas Adams lazy prick. Well, that's fine. I feel good that I watched half the first series and walked away and left it at that. I think, in general, again, going from Emma and other reviews and stuff that I've read and seen on Twitter and stuff like that, I think in general, people consider the first series or 3 genuinely amazing and really good, great show. After that, especially after like 4 or 5, once it gets past the books. Apparently it leans really into the like wacky TV writing and really into the, you know, even more egregiously into like the violence and sexual assault, right? As filler for actual entertainment. And people liked it less and less and less and less and less. I felt it drag on. Ugh. Well, it was meant to be 10 series. I do remember that. Apparently HBO offered them 10 series and they were like, no, we have Star Wars to do. We're going to do 8 series. And then it was received so badly that they got fired from Star Wars. No one complains about that Uncomfortable episode that was just SA. See, I haven't watched all of it, so I don't know. But I imagine that could apply to a few, to be honest. Because, look, I like the books. There are some problematic parts of the books. I would say I think the books are more interesting than the show, from what I've seen. But, I think George R. R. Martin does some tropey stuff with sexual assault that a lot of fantasy writers do. The actors, especially actresses, went through so much as well. Oh god, that's true. Fuck me. I think Emilia Clarke is one of the worst actors of our generation. But fuck me, they treated her so badly, it is impossible not to feel sorry for her. Like, they treated her really, like, badly and fucking creepily on that show. Like, you'll notice, it happens on a few shows like this. You'll notice that as the actors became bigger stars throughout it, they were naked less, and it's because they actually had some bargaining power, and it turns out they were usually being forced to be naked in the first place. Like, there was that so fucking horrible story Emilia Clarke told, where she was like, the producers of the show were like, oh, you have to be naked, the fans will expect it, and like, it'll ruin the show if you don't show your boobs. And it was like, ah! What the fuck? Jesus, you should be in prison. Then wasn't she abused by Marilyn Manson as well? Really? Jesus. I know, wasn't one of the actors on Westworld involved with Manson? The jokes about how the books just describe food in lengthy detail. All I ever heard was that Starbucks cup, and now Maisie Williams was watching with her family when her nude scene came up, and it got all awkward. They're relevant to the plot. I mean, some are, I will say, at least from the books, but like, even the books are gratuitous, definitely. And the show apparently went real hard into the gratuitous stuff. So, again, I don't have much of an opinion on Game of Thrones. Because like I said, I never really watched it. I was never that into it. And I liked the books. That's about it. Evan Rachel Wood dated him when she was young and was the first to speak out. He's tried to sue her for it. Look, there's a lot of awful stuff associated with Johnny Depp. That's probably the worst one, is the fact that he has normalized, in a way, suing your accusers. Because a lot of them are doing it now. She's not a totally bad actor, and she also survived 2 aneurysms. I would say I feel very bad for her because of the conditions and stuff she had to go through on that show. I would say it is remarkable that she managed to act through 2 aneurysms because of the stress of that show. I will also say that she is one of the worst actors I've ever seen. She is shocking. I've noticed that she doesn't really get cast in anything anymore. And that could absolutely be because she's blacklisted because of some of the things she said. But it could be that people have realized in Hollywood that if you cast her in a show, nobody will watch it because she's shit. A lot of the actors were. I don't think she's any worse, actually, than Kit Harington. I think Kit Harington is equally bad. I think it was a real bad stroke of luck that some of the kid actors and some of the unknown actors that they hired turned out to be really good. Like the guy who played Rob, Richard Madden, is that his name? He's a good actor. But the two characters that ended up being central, Kit Harington and Emilia Clarke, are 2 of the worst actors you've ever seen. It's tragic in a way. Anyway, I'm gonna save the game now. I recognize that I spent a lot of that stream talking while not moving again, but I will fix that in future streams. Did you see the second Silent Hill movie? That has Kit Harington, and he is terrible in it. The movie is bad in general, though. Kit sucks. He is legit a broomstick. He is really bad. He might even be worse than Emilia Clarke, which is hard. A lot of those actors. Maisie Williams isn't very good. But Maisie Williams is not a very good actor. She makes... Like, Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington are bad enough that they make her look like Meryl Streep. Like, when you see Maisie Williams in something outside of Game of Thrones, you're like, she's not very good. And then when you watch her in Game of Thrones, you're like, well, she's better than some of these other people. Especially when you have people like Nicola Costa-Waldau and Lena Headey, who are legitimately very good, and Sean Bean acting against them. You're like, this is noticeable. Anyway, let's save the game. What am I going to save it as? I have no idea. Central Intelligence. Because we're getting a... That is me genuinely trying to spell the word intelligence. I am fucked. Central Intellig. That's perfect. Let's exit the game. Maisie Williams was decent in The Falling. I'll be honest, the main things I've seen her in are Game of Thrones, a couple of bit parts in TV shows, and also she was a recurring character in Series 9, I believe, of Doctor Who. And she was quite bad in that, but it would be hard to be good in that series. That series was not good. So maybe I'm holding too much against her. Thank you for streaming. Good night. I will raid somebody and we will end the stream. And I'll be live again tomorrow for the finishing out of the week. So many people on my feed, I'm just looking over, are playing Pacific Drive. Maybe I should get Pacific Drive for my next game. I've heard good things about Pacific Drive. Thank you for stream. Thank you for joining. /raid. Let's raid this person. They haven't been on in a while, so it's good to say hello. So, you know, say hello. Bye! Bye, everybody! See you tomorrow for probably Legend of Zelda! Bye!